Check it out.
St. Louis, Mound City, we are going to have a great day today.
Now, Amy Marks scores Chris Ranji on KMOX.
Let's take it from the top.
Happy opening day, Amy.
You know what?
Technically,
They say if you blink, you'll miss it, and we did.
We'll talk about that in a moment. It is the Chris and Amy show on KMOX. Our phone number, guess what? We want you to reach out. 314-436-7900. You can do with that phone number what you can do with just about any phone number. Call it or text it. Voicemails, we'll take those too if you just want to do that. 314-944-1120. That voicemail line is always open. It never, ever closes. We're on social media at Chris Amy KMOX. We're broadcasting live on 1120 AM, 98.7 FM, and the free Odyssey app.
Time now for the top of the order. The top three stories everybody will be talking about.
Well, generals, former generals, and let's just say U.S. generals, testified yesterday on the Afghanistan withdrawal and the issues and the disaster it ended up being. We will talk to General Mark Hertling about that. St. Louisan joins us on the show today.
And I don't know if you guys knew this, but Major League Baseball started. Happy opening day. Ranj told me that this morning, and I had no idea what he was talking about. Yeah, baseball started. Real baseball.
It did. There was actual regular season Major League Baseball played this morning in South Korea.
How did nobody know about this?
The Dodgers and the Padres started the 2024 season. Also today, Amy, we will be revealing the Field of 64-40 bracket. It's happening today.
So excited.
The bracket. Aren't you excited about it?
I'm so excited.
Man, there are going to be some really disappointed people because you've got some entities that were left out of the tournament, some bubble teams that we thought for sure were going to make it and ended up not getting into the tournament. So we will be revealing our St. Louis-centric Field of 64-40 tournament bracket later today.
We absolutely will. Also, I have a quick follow-up from yesterday, which was a follow-up to Monday. Charlie Brennan's conversation about packing 2 suitcases full of paper so that he could fly to Florida, sit in a hotel room, and dispose of the paper, and then tell the front desk I didn't do anything illegal, but there's a lot of paper up there. And
it's just so
I said
funny.
It was sketches all get out, and I think I may have been a little harsh. I was like, Charlie Brennan's a psychopath, which I did feel kind of bad about later. However, I believe the president of the Drury Hotels heard that, contacted Charlie Brennan, who then forwarded that conversation to me, and he said, trust me, a few papers in a hotel room is the least of the sketchiest things that we've ever seen.
This is from the president of Drury?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Drury Hotels.
Yes. Well, I'm sure they have a lot more to worry about because you get sketchy people going to hotels all the time.
Right. And so I just feel bad because I do feel like I was a little harsh.
With Charlie?
Yeah.
Oh, he's fine.
I'm sorry I called you a psychopath, Charlie.
Yeah, I didn't know you called him a psychopath. That was probably a little. That was a little much.
Multiple times.
You could have said sociopath and would have been fine.
That would have been better.
Yeah.
Well, they're both not great.
They're both not great.
Yeah, but it does look sketchy. Anyway, I just wanted to clear that up, that the Drury Hotels came to Charlie Brennan's defense and said, he is not a psychopath. A few papers is nothing. Good for Charlie getting his work done.
It is.
And thank you for staying. Thank you for visiting. The consummate professionals, Drury Hotels, I highly recommend.
It is just fascinating behavior. I think that's the way we should have just left it, is that it's a fascinating thing for a human to do.
Yeah, I think so.
But he's a fascinating fellow.
It's just, like you mentioned, going to a hotel to get rid of papers and packing 2 suitcases full of paper. I mean, that's a lot. But he also could have stayed in Collinsville.
Yeah.
Or there's a Drury Inn in Chesterfield.
Yeah. There's a Drury right off 44 and Hampton.
The classic one. I feel like I've seen that jewelry my whole life. I might have thought of that one first.
There's a really good restaurant in the bottom of it.
There's
Bartolino's is really
That's
good.
right.
Yeah.
There's a brand. Well, I think he wanted to stay at the brand new brewery in Orlando, and I stayed at the brand new brewery in Nashville.
Yeah.
They were excellent, and they have a ton of free food at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Can you believe that this Major League Baseball season started today?
No.
Isn't it wild? Because I thought, and I pay pretty close attention
Mhm.
to what goes on. I kind of thought this was an exhibition. Games that don't count, but they do. These are two games. The Dodgers and
Yeah.
Padres played this morning. They started very early, I believe 5 o'clock our time, and they're going to play today. They did already. The Dodgers won that one 5-2. They will play. Sorry if you recorded it and you're going to watch later, but they're playing tomorrow also. So this is the 2-game series that begins the 2024 baseball season. And what's I don't know. I sort of go back and forth on this because I understand the idea of wanting to grow the game. It's already very popular in Korea. So I suppose it doesn't hurt to strengthen the popularity as best you can. And obviously having the Dodgers there, which has worldwide appeal, is a great way to do that. It's a great way to start. They got Shohei Ohtani, who's making his debut. But that's also kind of the thing. That I don't know if I like it or not, because here is the best player in the game right now.
Yeah.
And he makes his Dodgers debut in another country at like 5 a.m. That's,
Do you know what?
I don't know.
The way that the 2024 MLB season started with the buildup all like off season, all winter, and pretty soon pitchers and catchers report. And then pitchers and catchers report, and you're so excited, and you're following spring training, and you're thinking, regular season is just around the corner, baby. Real baseball is just around the corner, and all of this buildup. And then I got here, and you're like, hey, the season started. That was exactly like Al Pacino's announcement of the Oscar Best Picture, where you wait the whole show for it, and he's like, and it's Oppenheimer. And you're like, oh, what?
My I see Oppenheimer.
Well, and he didn't say any of the other nominees. It's just there it is, the best picture. And you thought, wow, I was like, after so much buildup, I was expecting a little more fanfare. There was zero fanfare. Well, the fanfare was halfway across the world, so I didn't know about it.
Oh,
anyway,
I'm sure it's an event.
So is
but
spring training over?
No. Spring training is not over. There are still Cactus League and Grapefruit League games being played, still exhibition games being played.
When is spring training over?
I think the very last exhibition game will be the 26th.
So,
because the season, all teams then open up, with the exception of the Dodgers and Padres. All teams open up a week from tomorrow.
But the Dodgers are done with spring training. They're playing real games. Did they start spring training a week early? I think that's what confused me. Have we ever had spring training and regular season games being played simultaneously on the schedule?
You know, I'm sure it's happened. I don't remember.
Ethan is nodding that we
Ethan's saying
have.
yes. I can't hear a word he's saying, but he's saying
Does it happen
yes.
every year?
It doesn't happen every single year.
Yeah.
No. But it's I don't know. I don't know. I think it's strange that you do have regular season games going on because they had international games last year too. Right?
Yeah. But
like early in the year.
Anyway, it's a little surprising, but I'm glad it started. I just wish I had known.
Yeah, so good for them.
It's like showing up to a surprise party after everyone's already said surprise.
I know, right?
We missed it.
But you know, it's a lot of travel for them too. So they're going to have the Dodgers have a couple of days off here after this. So the 22nd and the 23rd, they'll be off, and they have games at Dodger Stadium, which I believe are also exhibitions.
So my friends just got back from South Korea. They went on a little trip together. And in South Korea, it's very common for couples who are dating to dress alike, to dress similarly. So maybe if you're wearing all denim and a black jacket, your girlfriend would also wear all denim and a black jacket. Or maybe you're wearing a black and white polka dot sweater. Your girlfriend would also wear a black and white polka dot sweater. And so they said because they were playing this game called Spot the Couples, which was not hard to do because they dress similarly.
Are you saying you think we should do that?
I think somewhere there's a girl with a baseball hat collection and a lot of half zips who's going to be thrilled to meet you.
This is not a half zip.
What is it? A full zip?
It's a full zip.
You have half zips too, don't you?
I rarely wear them.
Okay. Well, your full zip, somewhere there's a lady with glasses, a baseball hat collection, and a bunch of full zip Under Armour shirts.
Okay.
Because that's what you're going to have to find.
All right. That's fine. I'm not going to say anything mean to you because I care about you. 314-436-7900.
There's a good chance that most men have my outfits, trousers and button-downs.
There is a text message
Yeah.
that comes in and says, Amy is a bully. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Already?
Yeah, well, they were talking about you and what you said about Charlie yesterday.
Oh, that's right.
It's a shame you're not better than that. I agree. It is a shame.
Is this the same person who always says we should be better than this? I don't know about that. We're not better than this. This is who we are.
Well, you speak for yourself.
That's
speak
usually
for
who
yourself,
I speak
Bubba.
For.
Yeah, well, you don't speak for me. I'll tell you that much.
I can tell you that much as well.
314-436-7900. Want to hear from you today. Also, the voicemail line 944-1120. We do have the Field of 6440 tournament bracket coming out later. We will reveal it to you today, and we'll tell you how you can participate because it's going to be up to you to decide the champion of the Field of 6440 bracket. It's the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
For everything online, it's Odyssey.com. Download the Odyssey app and listen to The Dave Glover Show and all the news, talk, sports, and podcasts that move you. Odyssey, that's AUDACY.
It's time again to run away and join the circus, the Moolah Shrine Circus. 3 rings of fun and excitement, a St. Louis tradition since 1942. Come out and experience all the sights, sounds, and excitement the circus has to offer. You'll be amazed at the gravity-defying trapeze artists as they fly through the air with their aerial ballet. And you might find yourself holding your breath when you see the Wheel of Death. Get your face painted, ride the ponies and camels, and try your hand at our all-new carnival games for just $1. Of course, the hilarious Moolah Clowns will be on hand, jumping and tumbling under the big top. It's all part of the fun and excitement of the all-new Moolah Shrine Circus presented by CarShield at the St. Charles Family Arena March 21st through 24th. And remember, you can bring the whole family because kids under 12 are free with a coupon at moolah.org.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
If you've been hurt on the job, you need the best. Onder Law. Hurt on the job? Call Onder Law today for a free review at 314 or 618-9000000.
Paid for by government.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 50 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-473-3993. And you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-473-3993. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-473-3993 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-473-3993.
Hey folks, this is Charlie Brennan. For more than 25 years, I've learned there are a lot of reasons to appreciate the doctor's doctors. Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, and Andrew Royer at Ophthalmology Associates. You know, they treat more doctors than any other practice in St. Louis. They're also available for emergency calls. In fact, I might point out that I had a serious eye problem earlier this year while traveling in Arizona. I got a treatment plan and a prescription over the phone at 314-966-5000. One more benefit of Ophthalmology Associates. Also, the doctor's doctors are pleased to welcome Dr. Samuel Berry to their practice. Dr. Berry is a cornea surgeon with the latest knowledge and techniques for advanced eye care and treatment. So now it's Birdie, Malhotra, Brusati, Royer, and Berry, the best doctors to see for your best vision in St. Louis. 314-966-5000 and yourEyeDoc.com. Paid
for by government.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 50 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-456-2466, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-456-2466. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-456-2466 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-456-2466.
Mike Miller hosts the Garden Hotline, Saturday mornings at 8 on the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
I got a text message, Amy, that reads, I'm a Dodgers fan and didn't know the season started today.
So I just texted a friend who's a Dodgers fan. And I said, hey, did you know today was MLB opening day? Actually, I'm having Mason Jar text him. Did you know it was MLB opening day? Because he's a Dodgers fan.
Okay. What? He is?
The friend.
The friend is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Another text message says that, heck yeah, hotel owners have a lot to worry about, like their managers being toe freaks.
Toe suckers.
Okay, so that's a callback to people who don't know. There was a manager of a hotel in Nashville last year who was arrested because a guest in the hotel woke up in the middle of the night and the manager was licking his feet. The manager was in the room.
No, he was not licking his feet. He was sucking on his toes.
Same thing, Amy. Let's just, that's
disgusting.
It's what happened. Hotel manager in
Nashville.
Nashville.
The Hilton. I just want to say it was a Hilton downtown Nashville.
David Neal is the name of the manager of the hotel. And he's used his key card, his managerial key card, which opens all the rooms.
Not great.
He let himself into the room. The guest woke up and the manager was at the edge of the bed.
Okay. I can think of few things as terrifying. Do you ever wake up in like the middle of the night or maybe even in the morning? Like you get in the shower and you think, what if someone's in here and they jump out? I thought that this morning. I got in the shower.
No.
So I went for a run. I got in the shower, right? I couldn't remember if I locked my apartment door or not. So I'm in the shower thinking, what if some guy jumps out because he sneaked into my apartment?
Well, I don't have that, but you know what I do have?
What?
I am afraid. Sometimes I'll do things in the dark. Like I won't turn the light on if I go to the bathroom in the middle of the night or whatever.
Okay.
I'm afraid to look into the mirror.
Yeah.
When it's dark.
Because it's creepy.
Because I've heard something like if you look into the mirror, then, I don't know, demons come out.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what it is. Something weird like that. So I'm freaked out. I can't look into the mirror or wherever the mirror is.
I have such a small studio apartment now that there are fewer places for bad guys to hide.
Mm-hmm.
But when I had my big fancy 2-bedroom apartment, I would probably 3 nights a week get up in the middle of the night and do a check, like scan. And I also, in that apartment, I didn't have a clear shower door. I had a curtain, and I'd walk into the bathroom and I'd go, "Wah!" and I'd open the curtain really fast and I'd open all the closet doors because I'm like, what if there's a bad guy? The thing is, I don't know what I would do if I found a bad guy in my apartment.
You'd probably die of a heart attack.
I'm freeze.
You'd have a grabber right there and you'd be done.
Flight, fight, or freeze. I'm freeze.
Neal admitted to police he entered the room, but claimed it was because he smelled smoke. He didn't report the smoke to security, and there were no other reports about the smell. So if, let's just say, you're a hotel manager and you are going to break into somebody's room in the middle of the night and do that, you got to have a better excuse than you smelled smoke.
Right, because that doesn't explain the rest of the actions,
It's not.
It doesn't,
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh, boy. Anyway, we got a big day today on the show. I am looking forward to the tournament bracket, the Field of 64-40 tournament bracket. There are going to be some really upset people.
Oh, if you thought the Pasandwich Pascandal from last year
Look.
was maddening,
Yep.
you're not even ready for the Highway 64-40
And
bracket.
we know
Field of 64-40.
Field of 64-40 bracket. We know
Mhm.
that the tournament committee fouls up a lot. If you want evidence of that, all you had to do was watch the first four of the actual NCAA tournament last night and watch Virginia's miserable performance where they scored 14 points in the first half, and everybody told them, pick Indiana State, put the Missouri Valley Conference team in the tournament. They're exciting. They're fun to watch. They've got a higher rating. They're a better team. Just because Virginia is in the ACC and they stink in a good conference doesn't mean they belong. Put the Missouri Valley team in. They didn't do it. They put Virginia in. They scored 14 points in the first half. Everybody told them, don't do this, and they did it. They screwed it up. Our tournament, the Field of 64-40 tournament, it's going to have much more controversy.
That'll make that game look like a breeze. I will say I do love the internets for big sporting events. And someone said, if both teams don't score at least 50 points, the game doesn't count. They got to do it over again.
I kind of agree with you.
Like, you got to score at least 50
and you
points.
should be eliminated. You should be out of the tournament, and now put the team that deserved to be in the first place in.
It's like if you run a race, say the Olympic trials for a 5K or a marathon, and you win it, just because you win doesn't mean you get to go to the Olympics. You still have to hit a certain time to prove that you can run it. I think you need to score at least 50 points. Also, number 20 on Colorado State. I was watching the game with Mason Jar, and he said,
That's the same game. That's the Virginia
the same
game.
And number 20 was a guy, kind of stocky, kind of pale, had a headband on. He looked, Mason Jar goes, doesn't he look like number 20 is not supposed to be out there? Like he lost a bet with his friends and had to go out there and pretend to be a basketball player and is hoping nobody noticed.
See, and what's funny about that is Indiana State, again, the team that should have gone in its place, they got a player on their team that kind of looks the same.
Yeah.
But he's smooth. Robbie Avila, he's really good, and he's got some really great nicknames. He wears glasses, and people are calling him Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Larry Blurred, which is great. Put that team. Hey, the Missouri Valley has proven over and over and over again they can be great in a tournament.
Yeah.
Don't screw this up next time. Virginia, come on.
Hey, it's Dave from the DGS, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. on KMOX. So let me talk about my cast. Rachel Zimmerman, super smart young millennial. Kevin Wheeler, loudest, most confident, opinionated man you're ever going to meet. He looks like a grade school bully with the red hair, burr haircut. Then we have Andrew. It's been 12 years with Andrew. I'm still not sure what he is. That's 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. every day on the DGS and KMOX.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
The Cardinals open the 2024 season at home on Thursday, April 4th. Don't miss the tradition and excitement of opening day at Busch Stadium. That day, all fans 21 and older will take home the 2024 Magnet schedule thanks to Budweiser. Never miss a game with this convenient information hub. That's Thursday, April 4th, the Cardinals home opener and the 2024 Magnet schedule presented by Budweiser. Tickets still remain. Get yours at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Lance Lynn, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
The Cardinals host the Marlins Saturday, April 6th, and that day, 25,000 fans, 16 and up, take home a Cardinals Hall of Fame Car Parade bobblehead. That's courtesy of Ford. Be surprised at the gates when you get one of the two mystery bobbleheads. Will it be Jason Isringhausen, or will it be the secret weapon, Jose Oquendo? Find out and get your tickets and more information by going to cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Ozzie Smith, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friends Mark and Neil Gelman from the Gelman team of eXp Realty. Selling your home, every situation is unique. Find the best options that are right for you from the real estate team who offer more options. My friends Mark and Neil Gelman, check out the only agents that I trust at thegelmanteam.com.
Just imagine being walked all over for 36 years. Who would do that? The great customers of Reinhold Flooring, that's who. For over 3.5 decades, Reinhold Flooring has been the mecca for carpet, hardwood, vinyl, laminate, and area rugs. Reinhold Flooring is customer-driven with a focus on top-quality products and installations from the best team in the business. So come on in and walk all over your next flooring at Reinhold Flooring. Visit them at 5429 Telegraph Road in St. Louis or online at reinholdflooring.com.
At 10:30, some sun and 52 degrees downtown at the Arch. The latest measures of U.S. inflation have turned out to be hotter than expected. As a result, a key question for Chair Jerome Powell and the 18 other officials on the Fed's interest rate setting committees is how or whether those price figures have altered their timetable for cutting interest rates after having raised them 11 times beginning 2 years ago. Powell will surely be pressed on the topic at a news conference today after the Fed ends its latest two-day policy meeting. The University of Maryland is investigating allegations of life-threatening hazing even after lifting a suspension of most social activities.
I'm just flabbergasted.
That's former University of Maryland sorority member Lucy Taylor over the school's decision to resume most social activities amid allegations of pledges being burned, paddled, and forced to drink urine, saying it's acting like
we solved it, back to business as usual.
The school has declined interviews, but in court records described allegations of widespread physical abuse and dangerous rituals. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
We've got emergency vehicles on 70 going west at Jennings Station. That's got the right lane closed. Also emergency vehicles on 6440 going west at Ballas. That's also in the right lane. Some slow-moving roadwork on 70 west at I-170. That's got the right lane closed there. This afternoon, sunny, breezy, cooler with the high of 56. For tonight, will be quite chilly with a low of 26 in the outer suburbs to 32 downtown at the Arch. And for tomorrow, some sun, some clouds, and a high of about 50. Sponsored by the Penn Mutual Life Insurance Company. Are you considering life insurance? Penn Mutual's accelerated client experience makes applying for life insurance fast and easy. Ask your independent advisor or go to pennmutual.com/STL. Sunshine, 52 downtown at the Arch now. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Spring training is here, and it's almost time to embrace the essence of summer and let the soothing tones of Cardinals baseball transport you to warm, sun-soaked days. With the free Odyssey app, relive the joy of tuning in with your transistor radio, now seamlessly connecting you to every St. Louis Cardinals game on KMOX. Wherever your summer takes you, make sure to download the Odyssey app today and savor the sounds of Cardinals baseball. That's AUDACY, redefining your summer soundtrack. Live games available for fans and market only.
RENNER, forward and back. Hey, it's the Cardinal Cowboy. Renner Garage Door services the entire St. Louis metro area, St. Charles, South County, and Eastern Illinois. Sales and service. Renner, forward and back. RENNER, RennerDoorSTL.com. Giddy up!
Broadcasting from the Underlaw Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studios.
KMOX.
The final days of the construction sales event are going on now at Audi Exchange Kirkwood. Stop in today and choose from hundreds of new Audis. And right now, take up to 10% off MSRP and get special low-rate financing on our great selection of new Audis. Coming soon in April, we're excited to introduce the all-new Audi Exchange Kirkwood, complete with over 35,000 square feet of nothing but Audi and a new attitude. Visit AudiKirkwood.com.
Do you need to sell your home, but you need time to find your next home or to build that new construction home you've been dreaming about? Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, St. Louis's real estate expert, has a program for you. Gloria understands that those are two issues keeping would-be home sellers from moving into their dream home. Gloria Liu has developed her Sell and Stay program that allows you to sell, get your cash, and then stay in the home for up to 12 months. Gloria's Sell and Stay program takes the pressure off and gives you time to find your next home. Plus, now that you have the cash from your current home, it gives you leverage when negotiating your next home. It's a great solution to help get some of our listeners unstuck and moving. If this sounds like you, then call the one I trust, Gloria Liu, at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or visit online at GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Conditions apply. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Hello, everyone. This is Mike Claiborne.
And this is Matt Pauley inviting you to follow the Redbirds this offseason on the Cardinals Countdown to Opening Day show presented by Ameren.
Thursday night at 6 on your home of the St. Louis Cardinals.
KMOX.
If they're having a small mental, a small little breakdown, we get them out of that classroom so they're not disrupting the rest of the class. We take them to a smaller room with an adult where they have the assignment and that adult can start to forge that relationship even further with the kiddo and get them calmed back down.
Dunkland Superintendent Dr. Clint Freeman visiting with our very own Stu McMillan, who we're going to speak to in just a moment. There is a new program, sort of something I had not ever heard of before at Peevely Elementary in Jefferson County, and it's intriguing. So we've got Stuart McMillan in from the newsroom to tell us about what this program is. And again, Stuart, I don't know how you found out about it, but this is it's a novel idea.
Yeah, I was talking to Dr. Freeman about what to do about this culture of teen violence and what their district is doing about some of these things. And we had a great conversation about that. And it just kind of dovetailed into this anchor room. And I'm like, whoa, let's put all the stops on. What is the anchor room? I need to know about this. And so he went on describing, as you just heard, here on KMOX, and as we've been running the stories this morning. So there's a special space in Peevely Elementary, a classroom, where a disruptive student is removed from their normal classroom and taken to this anchor room, kind of a calming environment where there's one teacher. They can work one-on-one on certain assignments that they were trying to do in class. And whatever the disruption is, maybe they're whatever it could be, they're taken to this room, and a teacher can interact with them on a one-on-one level and say, hey, what's going on? I can help you. And then when everything's calmed down, they go back to class, and they're not put through the normal student discipline, which in the past would have been, this kid is disruptive, send them
suspended or something.
Suspended, out of school suspension or after school suspension or in school, whatever the case may be. Parents would have to come pick them up in a lot of cases. So they're missing school by that. And, they're missing class. They're missing the interaction. And this way, they get interaction with the teacher and go right back to class.
So this is through 5th grade, Peevely Elementary?
Yes, and they have a middle school that they're thinking about implementing this next year because of the success they've had this year at Peevely Elementary. So the school, Dr. Freeman's telling me that they've decreased discipline by 2/3.
Wow.
This year alone.
That's a big massive number. Is there a teacher dedicated solely to the anchor room?
Yes.
So you're the anchor room teacher.
Yeah, and whether they're on rotation, I didn't really go into great detail about who's in there all the time, but that is a dedicated person in there.
Yeah.
I don't mean for this to sound flippant, but what if there are multiple students at once? So you've got a couple of kids that just happen to be acting up at the same time.
They do go into the same classroom.
Okay.
And they have other people that could come in and help too. So it's not just like, you're on your own, anchor room teacher, good luck. They do have other aides that can go in and assist.
Did Dr. Freeman say how he or the district came up with this concept?
Yes. So he mentioned a couple of teachers who were at a seminar of sorts or a school function where they hear what other schools are doing to figure out, how to kind of best practice, get school discipline down. And they thought, we've got an extra space that we could do this. And they brought it towards the superintendent and they said, let's do it. Let's give it a try. And they've done it this year, and it's been a great success. Again, 2/3 down in discipline.
So that's how they're defining success. Do they have other measures for it? What they think works?
I mean, the biggest part is getting the kids back in the classroom and learning. And that's to them, that's been a big help. Otherwise, they're going home and whatever that environment is, whatever that could be, they're coming back and their attitude is either not changing or they're not getting better, and they're still disrupting class. So I guess the goal was to stop
disrupting,
stop that from happening, and it's working. They've got that metric.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. It's good that they're starting younger too, so that you can be almost proactive at this age versus purely reactive in high school. As kids get older, problems just get bigger and more serious because the world gets bigger and more serious. And I was actually running with a couple of teachers today, and one of them said, like, hey, he was asked, are you happy for spring break? He goes, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but I feel like a lot of teachers, they're not just ready for spring break. They're ready for the year to be over. He goes, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like our parents not parenting, the kids they want to be entertained, or they're disruptive. He said it feels more difficult, in his however 15-year career, it feels more difficult now than ever. And you could think of disruptions and distractions absolutely have to have accelerated with smartphones and social media and TikTok videos. And so to be able to have something like this where it's a calming mechanism, and, are they incorporating within their conversations something like cognitive behavioral therapy or being aware of your actions?
Yeah, I think they're obviously, if there's other disciplinary things going on, they cut that off right there. And if they do need to go see the principal, they don't just buy it, they'll bypass anchor room and go right to principal if needed. So it's not like they're lowering other standards because they have an anchor room now. It's just, instead of blanketing everything, okay, send them to the principal's office, they chat, parent comes pick them up. They have a different way to attack that. And I think it's rather interesting because, I was a kid in the 90s, and they didn't have a room where you could. I remember in first grade, a girl being carried away by the principal screaming at the top of their lungs because of whatever was going on. And you think, and I thought that was the first person I thought of, just that kid back in school, like this would have helped them.
Mm-hmm.
They would have gone, and, the principal was a great principal. When I was a kid, anytime I got in trouble a lot. So anytime I got in trouble, I was always hanging around with Principal Burkhardt. So, good. He was a good guy.
Hold on.
Well, let's not go into that.
Really? You got into trouble a lot?
I mean, it's things.
I can see it.
I want to take a quick detour here.
Nothing
because I
bad,
want to get
guys.
to. I want the audience to get to know Stuart McMillan.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What sorts of things would you get in trouble for?
They were just like, I don't know, name calling, or and tripping or something.
You were tripping kids?
It was a thing.
Wow,
It was
a
a
bully.
thing.
That's
You were a
mean.
bully?
I was not. I was kind of in the mid-ground bully. I wasn't like the big dog, I was the little guy.
Yeah.
So this is really helping out Peebly Elementary in this segment. They're just loving this.
I do have a
I
question.
got the bully to do the story for me.
Yeah. Well, see, now you could,
the thing, but I'm just saying though.
You're the growing up like, see, don't be this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the Frank Abagnale. You're the guy that the FBI hires because you're such a good crook.
Wow.
You go in to help and rectify the problem.
I want to say this though with this.
I wish I had all his money though. They had a lot of money, didn't they?
With the anchor room, and I know, Ron, you have a question too, but what I like about it is not all disruptions are equal. They're not all driven by the same motivations. I think sometimes kids, especially 5th grade and younger, they have a lot of energy. And some disruptions are just because maybe no one's really instructed them how to have a little bit more self-control or self-discipline where they don't mean anything malicious. Other kids, maybe there's a deeper issue going on at home or in their lives where it's hard to use the word malicious for a kid, but maybe they're trying to be a little bit like they know they're causing trouble. And I think being able to talk through that to find why is a child acting out, is it because maybe they haven't had the instruction on how to use self-control, maybe just not really thinking about it versus acting out because of a reason.
Yeah, Dr. Freeman actually addressed that a little bit. So the teacher that's in this anchor room, they're not just there to help them with the classwork and calm them down and get going. It's to forge a relationship, is what he said. Forge a relationship with someone to then be able to take that information back and to help things and not, just put them back at the classroom and everything's fine. Let's just keep on going here. But yeah, forging a relationship. I thought that was a really nice term.
What sort of contact does he have with other districts? People wondering how it's going.
Yeah,
maybe we should try this out.
I talked to him about that, and they have Jefferson County has a really cool thing where every single superintendent gets together like once a month and has lunch. And they kind of have like a meeting of the minds, and they all chat about what's going on in their district. And so, yeah, there are some others that could be implementing this just based on the information. And this was the first time I had ever heard about this too. That's why I was like, whoa, let's talk about this because this is totally new to me. But it is something that's happening more and more often around the country. One interesting thing about this story is that at first they had to make some adjustments because kids were liking the anchor room too much.
Oh,
and
they were acting out on purpose.
Yeah, kids are so smart.
Yeah.
They're like, ooh, we can go in that room where it's nice and calm and we can just hang out. Well, then they're like, no, we actually got to put you to work.
That's
So if you
actually
go to
funny.
the anchor room, you actually do have to do schoolwork. You can't just hang out there and quote unquote, fake calm down. So
Right.
they nixed that pretty quick. So they actually have to do schoolwork in that room. Smart.
Are you
Smart
smarter
people.
than a fifth grader? I
That's
am
the-
because I'm on to you. I figured out what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're smarter. You're more wily. You got more street smarts than a fifth grader.
Well,
That's
I
right.
can't wait to see the data that comes back from when they implement it at the middle school.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting, and I'll follow up on that when that happens.
Were you worse in middle school than grade school?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
I was a peach in elementary. Middle school.
What do you think drove you to bullying?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well, no, I asked because I only was.
You make it
mean-
sound like every single day this kid
you
was
think
like
I was only mean one time.
it was a cultural thing with kids, you
Oh,
know.
yeah,
You
blame
just
the culture.
I mean everybody
Everybody did it.
so it was cool, right?
Do you think there's somebody driving around St. Louis,
Yeah.
hears a Stuart McMillan newscast and says,
Oh,
that guy used
no.
to bully me.
No.
That guy
no.
used to trip me in school.
No.
I
It only happened one time where it was tripping.
were you tripped someone?
Yeah, 5 minutes for
Then
tripping.
why were you
2
always
minutes.
interacting with the principal?
That's
Because late
You knew
to
that principal
school,
really well.
homework problem thing. I was bad at homework.
I was only mean one time in my
You're
two-
mean all the
no,
time
in my
now.
2-year career, kindergarten and first
We just had
grade.
a texter who called you a bully.
That's
Ooh.
because I called Charlie a psychopath because he traveled with 2 suitcases full of paper to a hotel room, stayed there for 3 nights, and left telling the concierge,
See, here you are. You're bullying
I'm
him
not
again.
doing anything illegal, but there's a lot of paper up there.
You're doing it
That's
again.
sketchy. Anyway, I was only mean one time, and I still think about it. I still feel awful because I've never been a bully until I met you, but I've never been a bully. And I was first grade.
You as in Chris, not me.
Oh.
and
so
I kind of fit in with the cool kids in first grade, but I wasn't the ringleader. Like Stuart, you said you weren't the ringleader.
Certainly not.
And there was one kid that they were like, you should say something, like they made a joke. And I made a joke because the kid wore Velcro shoes and I made fun of him.
Oh, that was me.
What did you say?
I was like, you wear Velcro shoes. Like I
That's
pointed
it?
it out. Yeah.
Oh,
That was
so
the
you
bullying?
Did,
Yeah.
You did what are those before it was a thing?
Yeah, I guess so.
You didn't know what that is.
No, I don't know what that
A
is.
few years ago, the kids were doing that. They were making fun of each other's shoes by
Oh.
saying, "What are those?"
Yes.
Yeah.
My son, who's 12 and totally into those videos, and he had the slides. He's like, what are those? He made videos and all
I
that.
Yeah.
still think
Yeah.
about it though.
It was a thing.
It's not a thing anymore.
It's
Well,
kind of past now.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I still feel bad. And if I saw this kid today, I would say I've been thinking about that for 35 years.
Yeah.
Well, it could have been me because I was wearing Velcro shoes in
Oh, that's
middle
so
school.
cute.
I did.
Why?
You had
Because
Velcro
they-
shoes? I had them when I was a
My
kid.
grandpa-
really
my-
little.
My grandpa had Velcro shoes, and I thought
Of
they were the
course he
coolest
did.
thing.
That's
And I
so
thought, my
cute.
grandpa Mac, he is the coolest dude ever.
Aw.
I am going to wear Velcro shoes. And I went and bought the same ones from Walmart. They were white and little strap on there.
That's how his were white with a strap.
Oh, yeah.
I think
I
I
love
was,
those Velcro
That's
shoes.
so cute.
I think I was a kid when they invented Velcro shoes. So they were originally
right?
kind of like, oh, that's a new
Ooh,
thing.
that's cool.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think by the time,
Not now,
I mean,
I
I'm not
guess.
that much younger than you are, but by the time I was in first grade, everybody knew you wore those because you didn't learn how to tie your shoes.
Oh, yeah.
I did not learn how to tie my shoes very well. They come untied all the time. We talked about this. I don't know what I'm doing.
Why don't
All
I
right.
buy you a pair of Velcro shoes?
You should. A texter says, Amy, you should put your superpower to good use and bully the NCAA.
Oh,
Bullying is your superpower.
I don't think so.
You should have bullied them into putting Indiana State in the tournament instead of that crappy Virginia garbage we saw last night. Stuart McMillan,
Yes.
good stuff. Good coverage. Thank you for coming
Hey,
in.
now
Oh,
he's
thanks.
going back to the anchor room.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
well
That's
done.
where all the news anchors are.
Yeah.
It's Chris and Amy on
It's very
KMOX.
calm in there right
Yeah.
You're all set with your new Navien water heater.
I can't wait to take a shower without running out of hot water. I'm just going to love my Navien tankless water heater. I just want to say
Oh, no need to say that, ma'am. You'll always love Navien's high efficiency that will save you money on gas bills compared to other water heaters.
I love how I have more space with its wall-hanging design. Please let me say
Nope, sorry, miss. I know you appreciate it, but I can't let you say it.
Why not?
Because with Navien, it's a tankless job.
How long you been waiting to use that?
You'd be surprised.
Find a Navien installer near you at tanklessmadesimple.com.
If you want jazz music, go to New Orleans. Bagels, New York. And for psychics, think California Psychics. You want the best, you go to the best. At California Psychics, home of free spirits and open minds, we know better than anyone what makes a good psychic. That's why we guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
KMOX's Kegs and Eggs, presented by Budweiser, returns to 7th Street in downtown St. Louis before the home opener Thursday, April 4th. Tickets on sale now and include drinks from the Budweiser family of products, food from Sugar Fire, specialty drinks from the likes of Maker's Mark and Hornitos. Celebrate this unofficial St. Louis holiday with Overhead Door of St. Louis, Victory Men's Health, and Gateway Metro Federal Credit Union, helping people realize their financial potential. Tickets available now at KMOX.com/events.
I'm Benjamin F. Chavis Jr. with the good news brought to you by BetterHelp. Technology advances continue to shape the present day and the future job creation opportunities. The good news is that research has revealed that remote and hybrid jobs are on the increase across the nation. Working mobile from home is more welcome and prevalent today than ever before.
What's the first thing you'll do if you have more time in the day? Nap, read, talk with a friend? Knowing what's important to you is easy to fit it into your schedule. Therapy can help you figure that out. BetterHelp offers affordable online therapy. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime. Visit BetterHelp, HELP.com/good news to get 10% off of your first month. That's the good news. I'm Benjamin F. Chavis Jr. on the USBC Network, brought to you by BetterHelp.
Warmer spring weather is right around the corner, and now is the time to plan your home's exterior renovation project. Banner Construction is booking now for homeowners to be first in line for beautiful James Hardy siding and Pella replacement windows. Beat the price increases and plan your project now. Visit bannerconstruction.com or call 314-569-1050 and get a free in-home design and estimate. 314-569-1050 and have a banner day.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
AMCO offers easy payment plan options for most any credit situation, so you can fix it fast and pay it off slow at AMCO.
That's AMCO, AA, MCO.
The Biz Dash is St. Louis's healthiest happy hour. Combining fitness and fun, it's a perfect team bonding activity for any size business. All levels of runners and walkers are welcome. Join us this spring at City Park, the home of St. Louis City SC. With music, food, drinks, and more, the Biz Dash is the ultimate office party. Thursday, May 9th at City Park in downtown St. Louis. Create your company team today at stlbizdash.com.
I'm Debbie Monterey, and I see more clearly thanks to the doctors at Ophthalmology Associates. Make your appointment today at 314-966-5000 or online at youridoc.com.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
The Doctors of Ophthalmology Associates are pleased to welcome Dr. Samuel Berry to the practice. He joins Doctors Birdie, Malhotra, Brasati, and Royer as the Doctors. 314-966-5000 or youridoc.com.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage available at Navage.com.
It's wonderful. It's incredible.
It's the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
Did you see that thing?
I can't believe it. Something is obviously wrong.
This is a joke, right?
Oh my God. Are you freaking kidding me? No way.
You gotta be kidding me. Don't feel bad. There's no way you could have known that.
Now, did you see this with Chris and Amy on the show?
Ranja. Yeah. The world of sports fandom is changing. There was a recent poll that looked into the future of sports fandom and what demographics, what young people are following in sports. And there is a shift from following your home team to following big names in sports.
Individual players.
It says here, young people have about as much geographic allegiance as Las Vegas. 38% of young people say they're less engaged with their hometown teams than their parents are. 20% said they're more engaged. 42% said they're similarly engaged. Most respondents, 54%, said they support a team outside the place they grew up in, or 64% said they support a team outside the place in which they currently live. And that more and more people are supporting other teams, sexier teams, and individual players.
So, what ages are we talking about when we say young people?
Let's see here.
Because I think that's more of a younger person behavior.
Mm-hmm. But how young?
Right, because
18 to 29.
18 to 29. Okay, that's a little older than I thought.
Right, because like 12-year-olds follow the names.
Do that.
They follow the individuals.
And they always have. That was when I was a kid, that was a thing too.
Yep. But 18 to 29-year-olds, this is through Morning Brew and Generation Lab. They surveyed over 1,000 people between the ages of 18 and 29, and 64% support a team outside of the city in which they currently live.
That is interesting.
54% support a team outside the place they grew up in.
I think I kind of did that a little. I flirted with that when I was a kid, like the Dodgers I flirted with, but I always came back home. So maybe that's what will end up happening here, but it's a fascinating number. It's the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it.
100% on time, 100% guaranteed, 100% wow. 3-Day Kitchen and Bath delivers all that, all in 3 days. Here's how it works. Create a kitchen idea, give them 3 days, and suddenly your kitchen becomes the centerpiece of your home. A place where everyone gathers no matter how much room you have in the house. Every project is 100% on time, 100% guaranteed, and 100% wow. Invest in your family and your home. Invest in a kitchen with 3-Day Kitchen and Bath. 3-Day Kitchen offers a 100% satisfaction guarantee and will complete the job to your liking, guaranteed. They're in and out of your home in 3 days or less with top quality products and a great crew. And they're finished on time with no delays. Get details now. Start at 3daykitchenandbath.com. That's the number 3, then daykitchen.com. 3-Day Kitchen and Bath.
3-Day Kitchen and Bath.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
KMOX, KECK HD2, K254CR, St. Louis.
The home of the Cardinals, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
I'm Benjamin F. Chavis Jr. with the good news brought to you by BetterHelp. Technology advances continue to shape the present day and the future job creation opportunities. The good news is that research has revealed that remote and hybrid jobs are on the increase across the nation. Working mobile from home is more welcome and prevalent today than ever before.
What's the first thing you'll do if you have more time in the day? Nap, read, talk with a friend? Knowing what's important to you is easy to fit it into your schedule. Therapy can help you figure that out. BetterHelp offers affordable online therapy. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime. Visit BetterHelp, HELP.com/good news to get 10% off of your first month. That's the good news. I'm Benjamin F. Chavis Jr. on the USBC Network, brought to you by BetterHelp.
Mid-America's most trusted source for news. KMOX.
At 11 o'clock, it's sunny sky, 53 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun. Our top story this hour. A federal appeals court is hearing arguments today over a Republican-backed Texas law that would require law enforcement to arrest people suspected of illegally crossing the U.S.-Mexico border. CBS News correspondent Cammie McCormick.
Aaron Nielsen is the Texas Solicitor General.
Everybody's concerned about the border. There's real crisis going on here. Texas has decided that we are at the epicenter of this crisis, and we are going to do something about it.
The Supreme Court had cleared the way for the law to go into effect, but the appeals court halted its enforcement. The Biden administration sued in January to stop the law.
The Drug Enforcement Administration is in need of more agents.
We're down to number here, quite a few here in the St. Louis division.
DEA Special Agent in Charge Michael Davis could not say how many agents they're down, but tells KMOX who they're looking for.
We have diversion investigators positions open. We also have our intelligence analyst positions open, and of course, our special agent positions are always open.
The St. Louis area loves its labs. That's according to the American Kennel Club, which released the top 5 most popular dog breeds locally. The Labrador Retriever is number 1 for the 5th year in a row. It's followed by the Golden Retriever, French Bulldog, German Shepherd, and English Bulldog. Nationally, the French Bulldog is the most popular breed. Labs, Retrievers, and German Shepherds also make the list, with Poodles coming in 5th. The KMOX Business Desk, the shopper's guide that tracks pesticide residue on fruits and vegetables we buy, is out with its annual report.
95% of non-organic strawberries, leafy greens such as spinach and kale, collard and mustard greens, grapes, peaches, and pears, tested by the U.S. government, contained detectable levels of pesticides. The so-called Clean 15 includes avocados, sweet corn, pineapple, onions, and papaya.
Fungicides are applied on fruits and vegetables to prevent or kill fungal diseases. They're often applied after harvest to keep produce mold-free during shipping. That's CBS's Jim Krasula. The Dow from Stifel is up 15 points to 39,126. Emergency vehicle 70 westbound at Jennings Station. The right lane there is closed. 70 east, the exit to 180 west is closed because of some debris.
Plenty of sunshine and lighter winds going through our Wednesday afternoon, but we are cooler compared to yesterday. 55 for the high. Tonight, clear and cold. Let's take it into the 40s fairly quickly once the sun goes down. 32 for the low. On Thursday, partly sunny. It's a cold start. It's a chilly day Thursday. 48 for the high. 35 Thursday night. Friday, partly sunny. A couple of limited rain showers are possible Friday, though. Just not excited about the setup. 62 degrees, though. I am getting excited about the potential for pretty good rain late in the weekend, though the details are a little bit sketchy at this time, so I'll keep you up to date on that. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray for the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm. We've got sun, 53 in Florissant, 52 St. Peters, 53 downtown. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we're more than just a law firm. Our attorneys are committed to you, your business, and your community. We are ready to serve you in the areas of business litigation, intellectual property, health law, and products liability. SandbergPhoenix.com. The choice of lawyers and important decisions should not be based solely on advertising.
The Chris and Amy Show, sponsored by Summer at SLU. Find your kids' best summer yet at St. Louis University.
Amy Mark Scores, Chris Ranji alongside you, and pretty excited to welcome in former Blues defenseman and the president of the board of directors for the St. Louis Blues alumni, Bruce Affleck, to talk about a very cool event, I'm going to be careful here, Puck Cancer NHL alumni game.
I mean, it's not like you're going to slip up.
I
of
hope
all
not.
people.
It's the innocent people who always get in trouble. Bruce, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great, but you told me Chris wouldn't be there.
Oh,
I know I did. It was
What?
the old bait and switch.
well, this isn't fun.
He did ask specifically. And to be honest, Bruce, I don't know. It's in his contract or something. He's got to be here.
Yeah, I got to be here. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I was joking anyways. That's okay.
Well, that's what my mom says when I come over. She's like, I thought you weren't going to be here.
Well, the St. Louis Blues alumni game, this is Friday, April 5th at 7 p.m. at the Centene Community Ice Center. And I am reading the names of the players that will be here, Bruce, and it's incredible. So tickets are available, but first, tell us who will be at this NHL alumni game.
Yeah, it's just amazing, and it's everybody knows what Kelly Chase has been going through, and the good news is he's in remission. But the game is not for Kelly, but it is because of Kelly. And he has got quite the Rolodex,
yeah,
as you can see with some of these names. But, I mean, former players, Chris Chelios, Adam Graves, Ray Whitney, George Peros, Eddie Belfour, goes on, local guys, Zombo, Jackman, Chris Butler's playing, Nelson Emerson's coming in to play, Brendan Morrow, Mike Keane, Paul Cavallini, Scott Nellenby, Jamal Nares, Jeff Brown is back in the lineup now. And then the Chases are going to play, Scotty Young, Cam Jansen. But then you've got some celebrities like Dirk Bentley.
Wow.
And, he's playing. And, Garth Brooks is going to be there. He doesn't play, but he's going to coach.
Oh, my gosh.
So we're excited about that. And Joel Quenneville will be behind the bench with Brett Hull. And then Sean Payton, head coach of the Denver Broncos. Yeah. And Garth Brooks will be behind the other bench.
Holy cow.
That's a good lineup.
That's an incredible lineup. Wow.
Pretty cool, isn't it? Dave Coulier.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Joey.
Yeah.
You got actor DB Sweeney is in it.
Yeah,
and
DB Sweeney's here.
Yeah, I forgot he was into hockey. The guy
Trevor Rosen from Old Dominion.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. So to put something like this together, even, Kelly's got all of these people that he knows and are going to do it for him, but that's still a pretty huge effort to get all of these people available for the same night in the same building.
Yes, it is. And I'm in charge of travel and hotels and things of that nature, so it's been quite a chore. Before I forget it, there's some other guys that are going to be there that aren't playing, like Stu Grimson, Jim Campbell, Blake Dunlop, John Wensing, Doug Waite, Mark Bergevin, Brendan Shanahan, Bobby Hess, the list goes on. So Brian Trottier, Hall of Famer. I mean, so they'll all be at the game also.
That's incredible. It's funny, Bruce, even before we knew we were going to talk to you today, one of my friends, Luke, that I played hockey with for years, he texted me that he's taking his son to this game. He's like, wait, as soon as I heard about it, he goes, I bought tickets to this. He's like, what an opportunity for him, being a fan of all these players, and then his son, his little boy who also plays hockey, to introduce him to just this large swath of NHL history. It's so, I mean, I grew up chanting, Belfour, like Belfour.
Sure.
As a kid.
Well, I'm sure we might get it. We might hear that at the old game, I think.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. I don't know. I mean, that's just seared into my brain. And you guys will also have to continue to raise money. Fans will have a chance to bid on autographed jerseys from players like Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Anze Kopitar, David Pastrnak, Roman Josi, Matthew Barzal, and more. This is really an extraordinary event, Bruce.
Yeah, the jersey auction will be online with a few other items. There's a VIP party during the game and after the game, and we'll have a different auction there. But during the game, we're doing a raffle where you can get a chance to win a guitar from Garth Brooks and a meet and greet, and he will sign the guitar in front of you personally to you. So that I'm sure that will go well too. But it's all to benefit the Jimmy V Foundation and Siteman Cancer. And that's where Chaser was in it. His request that it goes to Siteman Cancer Research. So that's what we're trying to do, is raise enough money, or more money than what we thought at least.
The online auction runs starting on April 4th. It goes for a couple of days at blues.givesmart.com. And so that's just a typical, that's a regular online auction. So if you want those items, if you're interested in the things that Amy read off, it's blues.givesmart.com. And you have until April 4th to get ready for that.
And then also
We should have-
tickets. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Bruce.
No, we should have put Amy's jersey in from the fantasy camp.
That's right.
I'll get you $6.
maybe $6.50.
Wow,
with inflation.
Well,
I'll give you more than that.
You might get
All
double
that
digits.
sweat and tears in it.
That's right. I know. Mainly my tears.
Yeah.
The
You need to
tears
see-
of my teammates.
Hey, I'll tell you what, you need to see if Chelios will get Eddie Vedder there because they are very,
Yeah.
very close. You might
He's
be able
close with a few of them.
Yeah, you got to work on that. That'd be very cool.
Here's some more work, Bruce.
Yeah.
This is why you didn't want to
We
talk
try-
to you, Chris.
We tried to get Gretzky out of his contract with TNT. That didn't work.
Oh,
And then we put the pressure on Gretzky and said, okay, you get Bieber. Get him in here.
Did he deliver on that yet?
Yeah, not yet, no.
Okay.
Okay. We'll keep our ears open. And people can buy tickets on Ticketmaster. The general admission ticket is $50. VIP tickets are $500. That includes all-inclusive food and beverage and access to a post-game party with players and the celebrities. And as you mentioned, raising money for the Siteman Cancer Center, which is just an extraordinary gem that we have here. I've been involved with Pedal the Cause that raises money for Siteman Cancer Center, and the groundbreaking research that they do at Siteman and funding cancer research that otherwise wouldn't get done. We are quite literally breaking ground and changing the fight against cancer right here in St. Louis.
We are so blessed to have something like Siteman here. And I got to tell you a funny story that happened. Kelly, this is the first round Kelly was in the hospital getting his treatments, and things weren't going well, obviously, with the chemo and everything else you have to do. But he was doing 100 push-ups a day, working out on his Peloton, doing laps around the hospital floors, and he pulled his quad muscle and was in some severe pain. And they couldn't do anything because his blood count was so low and everything like that. One doctor came in and said, "You're lucky you didn't get infected." And Kelly looked up, stood up, said, "One more doctor tells me I'm lucky. I'm throwing him right out this window on the 8th floor."
That's really funny.
And no empty promises with Kelly Chase.
It's amazing what he's gone through and how he is and what he's doing for this game, and just amazing to watch.
Absolutely. Bruce, what about, you talk about not taking Siteman Cancer Center for granted. What about the incredible group of Blues alumni that we have here in St. Louis and their involvement in the community?
Well, we've been very fortunate. Got started back in 1988, and the owner of the team at the time was Mike Shanahan. I went to him and I said, "Hey, do you think we could start the Blues alumni?" And kind of expressed how we wanted to support minor hockey and some things. And he said, "Yep." And he handed me a check for $10,000. And he said, "Definitely get it started." And he said, "The biggest thing you have to do is give back to the community that gave you so much." And so that's kind of been our MO. And we've been very blessed, and our current owners support us very well. And we get more than any other alumni association in the league. And so it's been a great cause, and certainly, we try and help as many as we can. We focus on minor hockey and kids at the AAA level. The Blues focus on getting kids involved in the game, but we also support the Police Foundation, for example, and first responders. And I don't know if everybody remembers, but at the Winter Classic game, we gave a check for $100,000 to the Police Foundation. So those are the types of things that you feel so blessed to be able to do.
If you are interested in going to the Puck Cancer event, CentineCommunityIceCenter.com. That's CentineCommunityIceCenter.com. You'll find the Centene Community Ice Center events page there. Just go there and you can buy tickets through Ticketmaster for this. It will be April 5th. Bruce, I haven't had a chance to speak with you. How are things going with you?
Things are going very well, thank you. I'm getting to that age. I'll be 70 in May. My wife retired. When's my turn, right? So, but everything's going well. And again, going back to Mike Shanahan, as he said, the city's been so good to the alumni that that's why so many have stayed here. It's a great place, and we, again, just feel blessed to be here. And if the fans weren't here, we wouldn't have a game. So they keep supporting the Blues, and this current ownership group has just done such a wonderful job. Obviously, the Stanley Cup was icing on the cake. But it's been a fantastic ride.
Awesome. Well, we love it. Love the Blues alumni. And again, you can get tickets at CentineCommunityIceCenter.com. You can get them through Ticketmaster, an incredible lineup of NHL Hall of Famers and celebrities. You don't want to miss this game on April 5th. It's Bruce Affleck, former Blues defenseman and also the president of the board of directors for the St. Louis Blues alumni. Bruce, thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thank you, guys. And if I could just mention one thing, if you go to STL Blues Alumni, there's a page there where you can donate if you can't make it to the event.
Awesome. Perfect.
Sounds
Thank you
good.
so much,
Thank
Bruce. All right,
Thank
take care.
you.
Good stuff. That's a crazy lineup.
Yeah, that's a really great lineup.
I was like, oh my gosh. From the hockey standpoint with Chris Chelios and Eddie Belfour to Dierks Bentley and Dave Coulier, Trevor Rose and DB Sweeney.
And I'm just going to assume there's a non-zero chance that Justin Bieber shows up.
Really?
Well, he said he's trying to get Gretzky to get him in.
I think Gretzky.
Since Wayne can't go.
Since Gretzky can't make it because of TNT. Woof. Come on.
That would be pretty cool if Bieber showed up. He's a good hockey player.
Remember when Chris Pronger smashed him against the boards at the NHL All-Star game?
I don't.
It's a really funny picture. All you have to do is Google Chris Pronger, Justin Bieber, and Justin Bieber's face is smashed against the boards because Chris Pronger's like elbows against his head, and Chris Pronger's making direct eye contact with the camera, just laughing.
Did he get hurt?
No, he's fine.
It's fine. Especially getting checked by him.
Hey, we've got some important business to get to.
Oh, God.
The field of 64-40.
This was your idea, and you can't even say it.
I can't say it.
It's
the field of 64-40.
The field of 64-40. Our St. Louis-centric tournament is coming up. We have the brackets. We are going to start revealing them for you. The selection show begins. We're going to have to take a break in the middle of the selection show so we can talk to Ackerman. But the selection show begins when we come back.
And you're going to be livid.
Yeah, you're going to be livid with a couple of things right here on KMOX.
2 ways to listen to KMOX in your car. 98.7 in the city, 11:20 a.m. further out. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Hey guys, Glover here for my friends at UniversalWindowsDirect.com. How do you not like a company whose product was developed by NASA so that the window stays warmer around the edges, so that we can give you a lifetime warranty, and so that you can pass that on to whoever buys your house, a 30-year warranty for them? Mention me, get 2 windows when you buy 2 windows, get 4 when you buy 4, get 20 when you buy 20. That's UniversalWindowsDirect.com, 314-334-2522.
Let's talk garage doors. Your garage door. Is it too loud or letting cold or hot air in around the frame? Overhead Door Company of St. Louis will make it all better. In March only, they will perform their full 26-task garage door tune-up for just $79 and just in March. That's just $79 for up to 3 garage doors and openers. You need this done once a year, so why not now? And for just $79. Schedule now at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fira Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, registered investment advisors. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
The IRS definitely ramped up operations since the pandemic slowed them down, and activity only increases from here. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. If you're currently under audit or you haven't paid your taxes in the past, now's the time to call the Lance Story Law Firm. The IRS has a published Taxpayer Bill of Rights, which says you have the right to retain legal representation because IRS problems are legal problems, and the Lance Story Law Firm focuses specifically on addressing IRS issues for our clients. It's all we do. We get out in front of the IRS, devise the best resolution plan, and work to make sure you're able to take advantage of every program you're qualified to receive. So before you send money to some out-of-town, high-pressure company, call the Lance Story Law Firm. We're local, located right here in St. Louis. Our visit Lance, DRURYlaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Lance Story Law Firm, 314-260-6120.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Have you been wanting to find the secret to losing weight and getting healthy? Hey everyone, it's Dr. Michael Glickert, St. Louis Weight Loss Secret, and we know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day. Schedule your free consultation to meet with one of our health coaches who will determine which of our custom weight loss programs is right for you. Visit moweightloss.com now to schedule your free in-person or virtual consultation.
This is Debbie Monterey, and when you are really ready to finally lose that weight, call St. Louis Weight Loss Secret. St. Louis Weight Loss Secret helped me to lose 40 pounds. I was so motivated because I was losing a half a pound to a pound per day. Call St. Louis Weight Loss Secret today. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. For your free private weight loss consultation, call 314-207-8600, 314-207-8600, or online at moweightloss.com.
KMOX, your go-to for family-friendly discussions of topics that matter to you.
Oh, baby, I'm excited. Are you excited?
Thrilled to death.
Why do you say it like that?
I didn't say it.
Are you afraid of the backlash?
No, people always think when I say I'm excited or I'm thrilled, they're like, oh, you're being sarcastic. No, this is me.
You got this look about you, though.
Is it condescending?
Dude, all you have is a condescending look.
That's right.
It's I'm better than you, clearly.
Well, listen, I'm not a liar.
No, you are definitely not.
No, Ron
a
is
liar.
great at a lot of things, and there are a lot of things that he is better at than I am. And as soon as I think of him, one, I'm going to tell you what it is.
How are we even friends?
I don't know.
So
I think it's a cosmic joke.
that
You know
we're
what I mean?
friends?
Yeah, like the universe is like, this would be hilarious.
Let's throw these two together.
Let's put this like little prude Amish person to be friends with this, vulgar sports guy. Yeah.
I love how
And one could be super progressive and one could be super conservative. It'll be hilarious.
Oh, it will be very funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what we're going to reveal to you right now. The brackets are about to be handed to us any moment, but we can tell you this much.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Field of 64-40 tournament. And so what we are looking at are all of these St. Louis-centric things that you can think of. And we're going to tell you right now, a lot of items, a lot of teams and people will be disappointed.
Yeah.
We know that's going to happen.
Oh.
So in this segment, we are going to reveal to you the some of the matchups on one side of the bracket. We're only going to give you two. We're going to do this exactly like the selection show is, how
Okay.
they drag it out for an hour.
Yes.
So we're going to tell you some of the things right now.
Yep.
What we can impart to you for now is that the 4 top seeds
Mm-hmm.
in the Field of 64-40 tournament.
Let's alternate.
All right, number 1 seed in the KMOX. It's KMOX.
It's KMOX.
KMOX
It's
is
not
number 1.
It's not our fault.
It's in the-
It happened. It's there.
In the Pierre Laclede region,
Yeah.
it is KMOX, the number 1 seed, which will be going up against number 16, Empty Office Buildings. Why are you laughing at that?
That's gonna be the upset of a century.
All right,
If it happens. Okay. And the number 1 seed in the
August Busch region.
is
Yes.
Toasted Ravioli.
And they will be taking on the number 16 seed, the Admiral. Remember the boat, the Admiral?
Yeah.
The Admiral's only a 16 seed. I'm really sort of surprised by that. Yeah. Let's just go through a couple of the other
Okay.
matchups here because
Wait, but we're staying in the Laclede and the Bush divisions.
right, we're not going to talk yet about the others. They'll be in the next segment after we talk to Ackerman. Okay. This one will be a difficult matchup, I think. The 8-9 in the Pierre Laclede region is Joe Buck at number 8
Mm-hmm.
versus the Checker Dome.
That's a hard one. Oh my gosh, that's so good.
I mean, that's really difficult.
That's really tough. Joe Buck versus the Checker Dome. I am excited about the 5 and 12 matchup. The 5 is oppressive humidity.
Yes.
Versus number 12, which I think is a strong one, saying Muscacholi.
Why do people say Muscacholi? There's no K in it.
What's it supposed to be?
Mustacholi.
Muscacholi.
With a T.
I've never heard of that.
By the way, oppressive humidity only at a 5 seed.
I know.
I can't believe it.
Who made this bracket?
I thought they would at least, the selection committee. I thought they would at least be number 2.
Yeah.
That's crazy. A number 4 seed, I like this one. This is a pretty good matchup. And I happen to think the number 4 is probably appropriately seeded.
Yeah.
Poorly timed traffic lights against the 13 seed Battlehawks.
Wow. That's a great one. I actually love this one.
Yes.
This is the number 6 seed St. Louis Style Ribs versus the number 11 seed Tina Turner.
Tina Turner's only. How is Tina only an 11? Tina Turner should be way better than 11. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, have you ever had the ribs though?
The ribs
are amazing,
dude. The ribs. We have good ribs. All right.
We should skip to the Bush division.
You want to go to the Bush
Yeah.
division? Okay. This is a good 8-9 matchup.
Yeah, it is.
The number 8 seed in the August Bush region, Tornado Warnings.
Yep.
Versus the 9 seed Grants Farm.
Oh man, that's good.
Tornado Warnings. That's a tough matchup, but Tornado Warnings that's a favorite for me.
The number 5 seed Potholes.
Yes.
Potholes versus the number 12 seed Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry?
Wow.
What? Chuck Berry's a 12?
How are Potholes a 5?
What?
And Chuck Berry is a 12. I smell an upset there.
I don't know. I'm going to pay some attention to the 6-11 matchup.
Okay.
The 6 seed McDonald's Riverboat, which no longer exists, versus the 11 seed Ope.
Yep, that's a good one.
Walking by somebody and saying, "Oh, excuse me, oh."
Well,
all right.
I already know how I'm rooting on this one. Number 3, Forest Park versus number 14, Expired Tags.
Forest Park that's a good 3 seed.
Okay. Do you feel like the county people are going to mess this up?
I know they are.
That's what happened.
I know they are. But we can't keep them from voting.
They don't get it.
They don't get it. You're a county person and you don't get it.
I get it. I
You
lived
think
in
so?
the city for a while.
How do you feel about the 7-10 matchup in the August Bush region? St. Louis Bread Co., the number 7 seed, versus the 10 seed Laclede's Landing.
That's an even one. I don't even know how. I don't know how you even. That's going to be a toss-up.
Well, we're going to reveal the other 2 regions, some of the matchups we will come up with. We have 2 more 1 seeds to get to. That is coming up after our interview with Tom Ackerman from Spring Training on the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
So many a man's soul to pay.
If you want answers, you've got to ask the right questions.
Michael, this is a great question. And as you know, we do have some budgetary issues.
We question newsmakers and decision makers each night on Total Information PM.
I think you've asked a very, very comprehensive list of questions.
Getting to the heart of the issues.
I work with journalists worldwide. You've researched and know this subject better than anyone.
Reaching for understanding.
You are an objective reporter, and you're a great investigative reporter.
We aim to get you to that aha moment every night. I'm Michael Calhoun with Total Information PM at 5 o'clock on KMOX.
It's time again to run away and join the circus, the Moolah Shrine Circus. 3 rings of fun and excitement, a St. Louis tradition since 1942. Come out and experience all the sights, sounds, and excitement the circus has to offer. You'll be amazed at the gravity-defying trapeze artists as they fly through the air with their aerial ballet. And you might find yourself holding your breath when you see the Wheel of Death. Get your face painted, ride the ponies and camels, and try your hand at our all-new carnival games for just $1. Of course, the hilarious Moolah Clowns will be on hand, jumping and tumbling under the big top. It's all part of the fun and excitement of the all-new Moolah Shrine Circus presented by CarShield at the St. Charles Family Arena March 21st through 24th. And remember, you can bring the whole family because kids under 12 are free with the coupon at moolah.org.
This is Christina Straight with Straight Realty reminding you why pay more than $4. In 2003, we had a dream to start a real estate company that would revolutionize the real estate market. Now, 20 years later, after navigating through the many markets' ups and downs, we know exactly how to help you in this challenging time. I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. Don't give away your hard-earned equity. Give us a call today, 314-441-4444, 314-441-ALL-4s. And remember, why pay more than $4?
Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
Genesis of St. Charles wants you in a new Genesis. Just for owning a Nissan, Hyundai, or a Highline vehicle, you could get up to $2,000 in incentives on a GV70 or a GV80. You don't even have to trade that vehicle in. If you're military or first responder, they can add on to that incentive. So check out Genesis of stcharles.com for a full listing of qualifying vehicles. Genesis of St. Charles, just days away from opening their brand new showroom. There are so many ways to get behind the vehicle of your dreams at genesisofstcharles.com.
At 11:30, it's sunny and 54 degrees downtown at the Arch. Donald Trump is suggesting he'd support a national ban on abortions at about 15 weeks of pregnancy, voicing for the first time support for a specific limit on the procedure. A British privacy watchdog is investigating a report that staff at a private London hospital tried to snoop on the Princess of Wales medical records while she was a patient for abdominal surgery. The Mega Millions jackpot has reached $977 million for Friday night's drawing after no tickets matched all 6 numbers drawn on Tuesday. The estimated jackpot was $893 million with a cash prize of $421 million. The cash prize for Friday's drawing is $461 million. We've got 70 East. The exit to 180 West is closed because of road work. Watch out there. Sunny, cooler today with a high of 55. Clear tonight, low 32. Tomorrow's high 48. Friday's high 62. Sponsored by Sachs Financial. Right now, 54 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
A goal without a plan is just a wish. To get started on your retirement income plan, call Sachs Financial today and live your best life now and in retirement. Sachs Financial, the home of the retirement compensation plan at retiresafestl.com.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friends Mark and Neil Gelman from thegelmanteam.com. If you need to sell your home to buy a new one, it's never been more important to have an experienced negotiator that you can trust. You need my friends Mark and Neil Gelman on your side fighting for every last dollar. Go to thegelmanteam.com.
Broadcasting from the Underline Three Lawyers, GetJim.com studios.
KMOX.
Warmer spring weather is right around the corner, and now is the time to plan your home's exterior renovation project. Banner Construction is booking now for homeowners to be first in line for beautiful James Hardy siding and pillow replacement windows. Beat the price increases and plan your project now. Visit bannerconstruction.com or call 314-569-1050 and get a free in-home design and estimate. 314-569-1050 and have a banner day.
The Cardinals open the 2024 season at home on Thursday, April 4th. Don't miss the tradition and excitement of opening day at Busch Stadium. That day, all fans 21 and older will take home the 2024 magnet schedule thanks to Budweiser. Never miss a game with this convenient information hub. That's Thursday, April 4th, the Cardinals home opener and the 2024 magnet schedule presented by Budweiser. Tickets still remain. Get yours at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Lance Lynn, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
On Sunday, April 7th, the Cardinals host the Marlins. And that day, 25,000 fans ages 16 and older will take home their own long-sleeve hooded pullover. Everyone will want this light blue, lightweight, and stylish pullover that features a popular throwback logo. Following the game, kids 15 and younger can participate in the High Chew Kids Run the Bases. That's Sunday, April 7th. Great seats remain. Get yours at cardinals.com/promotion.
This is Nolan Gorman, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Dive into all things Cardinals on Cardinals Conversations, your go-to location for exclusive content from KMOX. Catch it on the Odyssey app or your favorite podcast platform. Stay connected with your team. Cardinals Conversations, where the Redbird talk never stops.
The pitch. A swing and a long drive. Left center field against the wind, and Sanchez can't catch it. The ball hits down, goes to the wall. Indeed, Arenado is going to score all the way from first. A 3-run double by Wilson Contreras. The Cardinals lead 7-2.
Cardinals baseball, you can hear it right here on KMOX 1120 AM, 98.7 FM. And if you're local, if you're in the area, physically in the area, the Odyssey app, it is free. AUDACY. Have it on your phone with you. It's perfect. Great app where you can also listen to our show live. You can listen to any interviews or segments that you missed. Go back and get those later on the podcast page on the Chris and Amy show. Time to go to the Quiver River Electric guest line. And we bring in our guy. He is the KMOX sports director. He does everything here. It's Tom Ackerman visiting with us from Jupiter, Florida. For you, it's afternoon. Good afternoon, Tom.
Good afternoon, Chris. How are you?
Oh, man, we're killing it over here. We are in the process of releasing our Field of 6440 St. Louis-centric tournament. We've got 2 more regions to go, but as of right now, we're just having a great time.
That sounds pretty good to me.
KMOX.
When do you not have a good time in that?
Man, that's the best.
Very rarely. KMOX, a number 1 seed, not a surprise.
Number 1 overall seed.
Yeah.
And it's not, there's no bias in that.
No bias.
It's just, yep.
Yeah, no, of course. And who are the other ones? Do we know those yet?
The Cardinals are a 1 seed.
Yep.
We haven't revealed the other 2 yet, right? I think we're waiting.
No, we did.
Yeah.
Did we mention all the number 1 seeds?
Yes.
We can give you that.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead. There are 2 more.
The Arch is a 1.
It is definitely a 1.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go.
And there's one.
The
left.
other one's a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
I'd probably say Anheuser-Busch is a 1.
That's a great guess.
It's a good guess. It is not a number 1 seed. Toasted Ravioli is a number 1 seed.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Yeah,
that's pretty strong.
Yeah.
I
know. I would have argued for Anheuser-Busch to be a 1 seed, but it didn't happen. Hey, the selection committee is what it is. They
it's tough. I mean, they work hard on this. You have to respect the work that they put into it.
They do. I mean, I watched the NCAA screw up the whole Virginia-Indiana State thing.
Oh, man.
So,
it's unbelievable.
You saw that, didn't you?
It's unbelievable. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? I watched it last night. I'm like, if I'm Indiana State watching that, I'm just laughing. I mean, and it might end up being a good thing for St. Louis University, as everyone's heard by now. There's plenty of smoke there that SLU is in talks with Josh Schertz, the coach of Indiana State. He's not going to do anything until his team is out of the NIT. They might win the NIT, but I mean, they average 84 a game. Virginia had 14 at halftime. It was embarrassing. I mean, I'm sitting here watching this like, great choice, everybody. Great.
And Tom, it wasn't like this was second guessing. This was people as soon as Virginia before Virginia got selected, there were people saying, do not put them in the tournament. They are going to suck. And that is exactly what happened.
Yeah, well, this is exactly what happened. They can't hit a shot. They're a defensive-minded team, and it's like watching Sundial. I mean, it's just it's just the worst.
Yeah.
So Indiana State's fun, exciting. They run up and down the floor. They have a popular player. I mean, of course, you don't want any of that though. Let's put in the name brand of Virginia and just go on from there. Make everybody happy over there.
I mean, come on, Missouri Valley teams. They consistently do well in tournaments. Consistently,
that's because they have good players. If you look around the country and see Kentucky has Antonio Reeves, and the Illinois has Marcus Damask, and Purdue has Lance Brown, and you just go on and on. North Carolina State has that incredible run in the ACC tournament. Their guard DJ Horn. You go all around the country, the great players that transferred from the Missouri Valley to some of these schools. That's because the league has great talent, and you just add the coaches to that too. They're all over the place, but eventually they'll figure it out that it's a great basketball league, and hopefully they can flourish in this transfer portal. I like what Ben Frederickson wrote recently in the Post-Dispatch, that maybe it could work in the favor of the Valley or conferences like that. Maybe these players would enter the transfer portal and say, I'm tired of sitting on the bench at Texas A&M. I think I want to go average 20 points a game in the Valley and maybe get a look at a professional career because I'm getting more exposure in the Valley. Maybe it could work the other way.
Tom, big surprise for me this morning, and probably a lot of people. I didn't realize the Major League Baseball regular season has started already. How did
Well, gosh darn it, I gotta get you more informed. I mean,
no
Dodgers
idea.
Padres at 5 a.m.
I had no idea. We even had a texter say, "I'm a Dodgers fan," and I didn't know.
So Major League Baseball did this, this series in the Korea series, the excitement overseas and all over the world. Really, they're growing the game globally, and obviously, there's a lot of excitement in Japan about Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Dodger Stadium is going to be nuts here in about a week when the Cardinals get there. But I watched it. It was nice to see. I had it on in here while I was doing the morning updates. It was nice to see baseball. It wasn't the best played baseball game, but it was good to see baseball and to see it actually count. And it's just a little warm up. You don't have to feel bad about that. It's just a starter. It was early in the morning. Heck, I talked to John Mozeliak a couple of hours ago, and he told me he didn't watch it because he was up late last night with Cards Mets, and he wanted to sleep in a little bit. So he watched the highlights, and you get around to it.
And they will play again tomorrow at 5 a.m. our time. So if you
that
want to get
means
up early,
I'll have it.
Yeah,
that means I'll be. It's perfect for me. I'm on the air at 5 o'clock in the morning, so here I am reporting inning by inning. All my sportscasts have live baseball. When does that ever happen? Never.
So the Dodgers and the Padres, then they're done with spring training. They'll come home.
No, they have 3 more exhibition games at home.
Oh,
so
interesting.
they're done with spring play, but they have exhibition games.
But so they're playing
just a little showcase.
But it counts.
Yeah.
This is regular season.
These two games count.
Yeah, that's so interesting to me. I've never.
They had a play today that I've never seen it in my life, and I've watched a lot of baseball. The Gavin Lux of the Dodgers hit a ball to first base. Jake Cronenworth made a play on it, and it went under his glove. Until you looked at the replay closer, it's an error on Cronenworth. The ball went through his glove. I've never seen this in my life, like a magic trick. It went through his glove. His glove wasn't sewn. The webbing wasn't sewn together properly, and the ball actually traveled through his glove into the outfield. So you just never know what you're going to see in this game. And the Dodgers ended up winning the game.
It might be a blessing for him that it happened there, and he knows that the problem exists and can fix it, as opposed to a hard throw coming from short, going through his glove and hitting him in the face or something, right?
Yeah,
so,
that's a good point.
Yeah, wound up being okay for him. Do you like clearly the idea of expanding the game as much as possible to other markets, and the sport is already very popular in Korea, but it's good to solidify it. Do you like doing that at the expense of making the start of the regular season all janky like this?
I don't mind that, really. I mean, I'll be selfish here. I did not like the World Baseball Classic affecting the Cardinals last year, but I like the World Baseball Classic. I like what it means growing the game. I went down and saw Yadi's first game that he managed for Puerto Rico against Nicaragua. It was awesome. I mean, the crowd was into it. It was a party. It was fun. It was great to see the world assembling to watch baseball on different days. And I liked this today, too. But I understand it messes with the Major League schedule a little bit. But for the World Baseball Classic last year, it did the Cardinals no favors. I mean, it was not good at all. It's not the reason that they went 71-91, but I do believe that it was a contributing factor to their 10-24 start. They got off to a bad start. They were together for like 5 or 6 days down here. That's it as a team, and that is not going to work. I mean, you have no leadership. You have Wilson Contreras, who opted out of the World Baseball Classic, like, hey guys, I'm ready. Where is everybody? They're all in the WBC. So it was kind of messed up. But I do like the game being played on the grandest stage. The World Series is one thing, and then you have the international stage, the other thing, and making the game global. I totally agree with it. And it is hard. Like, where else would you do something like this? You can't do it in the middle of the season or the end of the season. I'm not sure where else you would be able to pull it off. So,
the regular season for the Cardinals will begin a week from tomorrow. So here we are, about a week out. How you feeling?
I feel okay about this team. I'd love to see some health improve. Sonny Gray is going to throw tomorrow. He's the key to the season. He's the ace of the staff. I talked to John Mozeliak about it this morning, and he said that they haven't made the determination yet whether they're going to start him on the IL but they said that's probably where the headwinds are taking us. But they are encouraged by his progress. He had a hamstring strain, and you just don't sit there and throw him into opening day on March 28th. So they've already taken that away, and they'll probably, it sounds like, start him on the injured list and then get him going once he does those 10 days. Then he's able to get himself back in the rotation. That's number one. Make sure that he's okay. So I think they're taking the right path here. If you feel something in your hamstring, it's more important that you're pitching for this team in August and September, not in April. The second thing is the outfield is a little bit in disarray here. Tommy Edmonds still out. He's going to be out for another at least week of doing nothing, baseball-wise. Conditioning, of course, he is doing, but he can't because his wrist has inflammation, so they have to wait for that to get down. And then Lars Nootbaar has 2 fractures, displaced fractures in his ribs, and he's just slowly getting back now. So that has created opportunity, but you do have injuries like Keenan Middleton in middle relief. So that's 4 right there that I just told you about of players that I think are key to the Cardinals season. So, and the other thing that is a bit daunting is the schedule. I mean, we just talked about the Dodgers. They're ferocious, so they're going to play 4 games at home against the Cardinals, and then you're going up against Mike Shildt, who probably wants to destroy you for the next 3 in San Diego. And then you come home after a late night and you play at home against the Marlins, who we've seen plenty of, but they were in the playoffs last year, and the schedule doesn't get any easier in April. So it will be a tough start to the season. I do get concerned when it comes to pitching. I feel a little bit better than I did last year, but I don't like that Gray is out.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous too. I think I'm pretty much right there with you. I do think this could go very well if a lot of things go right and health comes back to them, but there's a lot of uncertainty there, so it does make me a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I'll tell you some good, now that we've made everyone nervous. Let me tell you some good stuff real quick, because I am the optimist. The Cardinals have some exciting players emerging. Mason Wynn, Jordan Walker. I love the fact that last year at this time, everyone's wondering, is Jordan Walker going to make the team? What will he be like? And now he's the one outfielder that, he's good. He's right field. All right, how do we figure everything else out? He's now a regular in this lineup, and I think he's going to have a monster year, guys. I really do. I think he is going to be – I think he's untapped in terms of power. I think we've just scratched the surface as to what he's able to do. Mason Wynn, very exciting shortstop. He will start at short. Victor Scott is a very intriguing story. Scott has tremendous ability. He made a diving catch in the outfield yesterday that really was a jaw dropper. He can get from home to first in a flash. He can steal. He had 94 steals last year. The question is, does he have enough experience to play every day at the big league level, or will he get exposed? So they're going to be very careful about that. The good news is Dylan Carlson's been good. Carlson's had a very nice spring showing power. So that's a very good thing. And then the other good thing is the middle of the order. I mean, Donovan probably leads off a lot of the time, but look at who you have 2 through 5. Goldschmidt, Gorman, Arenado, Contreras. I see 0 holes in that lineup from 2 through 5, or really 1 through 5. And that could be very, very difficult to navigate for an opposing pitcher. So I think the Cardinals will score. I think they have an improved bullpen. And you just got to hope that the rotation can keep this thing afloat by the trade deadline.
Spring baseball for the Cardinals this afternoon, 4:55. We've got the broadcast here on KMOX. Steven Matz will pitch against the Washington Nationals. You'll be part of the broadcast, yes?
No, today will be Ricky Horton and Mike Claiborne. I will be on tomorrow with Claibs. Claibs and I will have the broadcast tomorrow, but today is Ricky and Claibs from West Palm Beach. In fact, all of these games from here on out are now broadcast one way or the other. KMOX, all of them in spring training except for tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Cardinals.com,
yep. At Cardinals.com.
Perfect. Thanks, Tom.
Anytime. Thanks, guys.
Tom Ackerman joins us from spring training in Florida. All right, we got to get back to our selection show.
Yep.
Our Field of 64 40 St. Louis centric tournament. The field will continue to announce when we come back on the Chris and Amy show on KMOX.
Illinois is mailing annual Medicaid renewals, which means that you need to make sure you stay covered.
Medicaid keeps me covered.
It keeps me covered too.
Staying covered with Medicaid means keeping yourself safe.
Keeping your loved ones
and your family safe.
Everyone's due date is different.
So go to abe.illinois.gov to check your renewal date and update your address.
And stay covered.
Hey guys, Glover here with my very, very good friend, Dr. Kathy Maupin at BioBalanceHealth.com. If you have reached that certain age and you're just not feeling very well and nothing's working the way it used to work, go see Dr. Kathy. She is not only a medical doctor, she is a patient of this bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It absolutely works. It's a long-term solution. She is an artist when it comes to helping you with your hormones. BioBalanceHealth.com for Dr. Kathy Maupin.
KMOX's Kegs and Eggs, presented by Budweiser, returns to 7th Street in downtown St. Louis before the home opener Thursday, April 4th. Tickets on sale now and include drinks from the Budweiser family of products, food from Sugar Fire, specialty drinks from the likes of Maker's Mark and Hornitos. Celebrate this unofficial St. Louis holiday with Overhead Door of St. Louis, Victory Men's Health, and Gateway Metro Federal Credit Union, helping people realize their financial potential. Tickets available now at KMOX.com/events.
RENNER, forward and back. Hey, it's the Cardinal Cowboy. Renner Garage Door services the entire St. Louis metro area, St. Charles, South County, and Eastern Illinois. Sales and service. Renner, forward and back. RENNER. RennerDoorSTL.com. Giddy up!
The Biz Dash is St. Louis's healthiest happy hour. Combining fitness and fun, it's a perfect team bonding activity for any size business. All levels of runners and walkers are welcome. Join us this spring at City Park, the home of St. Louis City SC. With music, food, drinks, and more, the Biz Dash is the ultimate office party. Thursday, May 9th at City Park in downtown St. Louis. Create your company team today at stlbizdash.com.
Paid for by government.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 50 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-456-2466, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-456-2466. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-456-2466 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-456-2466.
We have over $34 trillion in national debt. Where do you think the money to pay for that is going to come from? Taxes. Believe it or not, taxes are at historic lows right now, but how much longer will that last? A Roth IRA conversion might be a good option when planning for your retirement because you can pay lower taxes now and avoid potentially higher taxes later. The FIRA Capital Management Team, formerly Heisey Advisory Group, have seen taxes rise and fall. They know what options you have to potentially reduce the amount of taxes you pay in retirement. Call the team at FIRA Capital Management and schedule your tax analysis today. 314-328-4400. Uncle Sam needs money. Don't let him take it all from you. 314-328-4400. Investing involves risk. Always consult with a qualified tax advisor before making any decisions regarding a Roth conversion, as there may be additional tax considerations. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hi, this is Ken Newbold for Newbold Toyota and Newbold BMW, a family-owned dealership group that has been around for 50 years as a Toyota dealer and 25 years in O'Fallon, Illinois. So come see us. That's Newbold Toyota in O'Fallon or NewboldToyota.com. You'll be sold on Newbold.
I'm Dave Glover, and I see clearly now thanks to the doctors, Dr. Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, Andy Royer, and Samuel Barry. You can too. Just go to youridoc.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
For all station contest rules, go to KMOX.com/rules.
You know that new sound you're looking for? Well, listen to me.
Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
Oh, even got the squeaks in there.
We got the squeaks. The Field of 64-40 tournament unveiling continues. The bracket. We move on now. We gave you some of the matchups in the Pierre Laclede region and the August Busch region. It is time now to move on to the Meriwether Lewis region.
Yep.
And our number one seed in the Meriwether Lewis region is the Cardinals. The number one seed against number 16 Mississippi Knights.
Oh, it's gonna be tough.
That's Mississippi Knights might be low seeded. I don't know.
I accidentally giggled because I looked at the 8 and 9 seed respectively in the Meriwether Lewis division. You have the Muni, an 8 seed, going up against number 9 seed Crime.
Oh, Crime. All right.
I mean, that's a tough one. I don't know who's going to come out on top on that one.
I do like these next couple of matchups. I'll give you the 4-13. So it is the number 4 seed, the St. Louis Zoo, the best free zoo in the world, versus the number 13 seed, Saying Warsh. Time to wash the car.
I just want to note the 5 and 12, number 5 Union Station versus number 12, reminiscing about TWA.
Oh, I didn't know that was even a thing.
It's a thing.
It is a thing. All right. And this is, man, my number 11 seed here, I think has the ability to go on a deep run, maybe to an Elite 8. I don't know, man. This could be upset city.
Yeah.
This is Cinderella watch.
Okay.
That's what they call it. It is the number 6 seed Market Street against the number 11 seed Weeds on top of the Millennium Hotel.
Oh, man. That's such a good one.
Those Weeds are so prolific. So they are the number 11 seed. They face Market Street.
I do also want to note the number 2 seed, hating Stan Kroenke, versus the number 15 seed, the Giant Schnooks cart.
Oh, I love that Giant Schnooks cart.
I do
too. We should also mention the William Clark division, the William Clark region. The number 1 seed there is the Gateway Arch against the number 16 seed Becky, Queen of Carpets. Oh, she's a 16?
She should have been higher than that.
We're going to have to go over this. Again, the selection show continues forever because don't they always? More coming up in the next hour. But the Field of 64-40 tournament bracket unveiling continues on Chris and Amy.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath.
Ask most contractors about a kitchen or bath remodel, and you'll get similar answers.
So how long?
Yeah, about 2 months.
Longer than that. 3 days.
Longer than... Wait a minute, what?
3 days.
3 days?
3 days or less. With 3-day kitchen and bath, you get a new kitchen or bath finished with top quality products and craftsmanship, all in 3 days or less guaranteed.
No eating out because my kitchen is in shambles for a month?
Nope.
No borrowing the neighbor's bathroom for weeks on end?
You'll have a whole new look in 3 days or less.
And those other guys?
They want our web address.
Hey, what's your web address?
See?
A lot of people will.
Just visit 3daykitchen.com. 3daykitchen.com.
3 days?
3 days.
Yeah, isn't that something? 3-day kitchen and bath. Simply amazing.
3-day kitchen and bath.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle. Unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
KMOX, KEZK HD2, K254CR, St. Louis.
The legendary voice of St. Louis, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Paid for by Coalition Life.
Stop. Wait. Think twice about signing that petition. That innocent petition is not a replacement for Roe versus Wade. We're talking late term and partial birth, long after the baby can feel pain. But that's not all. Signing that petition obliterates parental rights. Worse, it strips away malpractice protections for prenatal care, childbirth, miscarriage care, and all other reproductive health care. So if you or a loved one is hurt while accessing reproductive care, you forfeit your rights to sue. So think twice about signing that petition and instead join us on Saturday, March 23rd, just outside Union Station for March on the Arch, hosted by Coalition Life. March 23rd is a day to stand up for the precious babies and their brave mothers in a powerful morning filled with prayer, love, and inspiration. Register today at stlmarch.com, stlmarch.com, because every life deserves a chance.
Mid-America's most trusted source for news, KMOX.
At 12 noon, it's sunny and 55 degrees downtown at the Arch. The news is sponsored by Michael's Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts, michaelsflooringoutlet.com. Our top story this hour, at the urging of the Supreme Court, the Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals held an emergency hearing starting this morning to go over the legal arguments for Texas's law that would allow local law enforcement personnel to arrest and detain persons believed to be in the state illegally. It would also let state judges deport them. The Biden administration has been fighting with Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Republicans there over federal control over immigration. CBS's Omar Villafranca is in Dallas.
The DOJ and the plaintiffs are saying this is not Texas's job to do. This is all the federal government's job to do, since the United States government makes immigration laws, not the state of Texas. And they're arguing if the state of Texas did that, then there could be patched laws based on state by state on what this could look like, and it would be a complete mess.
The U.S. Supreme Court did rule Tuesday that the law could go into effect, but turned the case back to the appeals court for arguments. Late last night, that court put back into place a stay preventing Texas from acting. The Federal Reserve's committee that set benchmark interest rates is wrapping 2 days of meetings, with all expectation will be that there's no change. CBS's Jolene Kent blames the decision not to cut rates on stubborn inflation that has certainly slowed, but not enough.
The strategy is simple. It's about a 2% target inflation rate. And that is what Chairman Jerome Powell and the entire FOMC is looking for right now, a meaningful decline down to 2%.
The EPA announced new pollution standards for cars and light trucks. The new emission standards eliminate more than 7 billion tons of carbon emissions and provide $13 billion in annual public health benefits related to cleaner air. Auto reporter Jeff Gilbert says it will take effect with model year cars 2027 through 23.
The new rules reflect a new feeling in the auto industry that while EVs are the future isn't here yet. So the ramp up to lower emissions is slowed a bit at first. That allows more development time. We could also see more plug-in hybrids, which have a gasoline engine that kicks in after short electric trips.
The KMOX Business Desk, what's the biggest worry on the minds of small business owners?
Inflation. According to the National Federation of Independent Businesses, 23% of those surveyed cited inflation, which is up 3 points from January. The NFIB's Optimism Index has been below the 50-year average for 26 straight months. Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
There's a new airline coming to Lambert. Avelo Airlines will offer 2 nonstop flights a week to New Haven in Connecticut. They say they're the only airline offering nonstop service between Missouri and Connecticut. The Dow from Stifel up 39 points to 39,150. Stalled vehicle 270 west at Lindbergh. The right lane is closed. Emergency vehicles on 44 west at Murdoch. The right 2 lanes are closed there. Allergy Report is sponsored by Zero Res. Call Zero Res today and get 3 rooms clean starting at $119. Tree count moderate. Grass and mold counts are low.
It's certainly noticeably cooler this afternoon compared to yesterday, but lots of sunshine and light winds, and 55's not too bad. Tonight, clear skies and cold, a quick drop into the 40s once the sun goes down, and will eventually end at 32 degrees. Thursday, partly sunny, cold start, chilly day. 48 degrees for the high on Thursday, 35 Thursday night, Friday partly sunny, couple of limited rain showers possible. Don't expect much. 62. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray for the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
And right now, downtown at the Arch, we've got sun, 55. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Chris and Amy Show, sponsored by Summer at SLU. Find your kids' best summer yet at St. Louis University. Time to rewind. It's the Chris and Amy Rewind Recap.
We still have tickets to give away to see Kenny Chesney, who's coming to Hollywood Casino Amphitheater June 13th. We'll give you your cue for your chance to win. Not yet. Just be listening, and we'll tell you. Also, Kegs and Eggs. Ticket sales are underway for that Cardinals opening day at Busch Stadium. So their home opener, April 4th. It's a Thursday. Goes on from 10 until 2 o'clock. Amy and I will be there. We're doing a show live from 10 to noon. And then it'll be Wheeler and Ackerman doing a show up until the Cardinals pregame show because it's an afternoon first pitch. We're on 7th between Market and Walnut. There are tickets available. Budweiser, Sugar Fire, Effin' Vodka, Cornitos, and Maker's Mark. So
and don't wait. KMOX.com/events because it always sells out. And apparently we're selling tickets at a
Little
historically
faster?
fast pace. Yeah.
yeah, a little quicker than normal. So you might want to get on that KMOX.com/events if you want to come to Kegs and Eggs on opening day. We are definitely looking forward to that. We're also going to continue releasing our bracket to you of the Field of 64-40 tournament, the St. Louis-centric tournament that we have put together. We haven't gotten through all the matchups.
I think it's outstanding. We have the Laclede division, the Busch division, the Lewis division, and the Clark division.
We do.
Ron just calling a Cinderella story, an 11 seed, the Weeds on the Millennium Hotel.
Yeah, I think they could beat Market Street pretty easily. And the next matchup, so they would face the winner of the 3-14 matchup, Gooey Buttercake being number 3, Manchester Road 14.
Oh, man.
So I think the Weeds on top of the Millennium Hotel could beat Market Street. They might be able to beat Gooey Buttercake. Maybe.
What do you think about the number 5 seed in the William Clark division versus the number 12 seed, number 5 being St. Louis City SC versus Pork Steaks?
Oh,
I don't know what to expect. And you would hope it would be City SC,
Yeah.
but Pork Steaks have been here a long time.
yeah, they really have. Oh, that's tough. City SC is hot right now. They're fun.
I also
The
really like the 4.
The number 4 versus 13.
Yeah. Number 4, Jack Buck
Mm-hmm.
versus number 13, losing football teams to other cities.
I think Mr. Buck's going to win, but I don't know. Like, who knows?
You never know.
We are going to have the tournament brackets. We're going to do it voting style. So it will be eventually on KMOX.com. We'll let you know when it's up. And then we're going to do rounds. People get to vote. That's how we're going to figure out who the winners are and move on to the next round. And then we'll ultimately crown a champion through this month and into April.
I got to read one more. The number 2 seed, Ted Drews, versus the number 15 seed, the Brentwood Promenade parking lot. The one that's for sale.
That one's so bad.
It's so bad.
Oh my gosh. All right.
This
So
is an incredible bracket. It's outstanding work.
a text message says, I'm pretty sure that mispronouncing Mostacholi is going to flop like Virginia. That is in the bracket. Pronouncing it Muscatoli is the 12th seed versus Oppressive Humidity, the 5 seed.
Yeah.
So,
What about, did you mention the number 3 seed in the Laclede division? Where did you go to high school?
Oh, I didn't.
Versus the number 14 seed, the World Chess Hall of Fame. I think high school is going to keep going on.
That one might be a Final Four team.
I also love the matchup of John Hamm versus Famous Bar. Oh, it's so good.
The 7-10 matchup. John Hamm has gotten the 7 seed against Famous Bar, the 10 seed. Oh, we didn't talk about the 2-15 matchup. Number 2 seed Emo's Pizza.
Uh-huh.
This is in the Pierre Laclede division or region. Emo's Pizza, the 2 seed against The number 15 seed, massive flooding. All right. We'll talk more about our Field of 64-40 tournament as the show goes on. That's all coming up here. We appreciate it, and we appreciate all the hard work being done by the tournament committee here.
Yes.
So if you have a problem with any of these, you take it up with the committee.
Right. It's not our
us.
fault.
It's not our
We didn't
fault.
do it.
What else did we do today? Probably quite a bit, right? We did talk to Stuart McMillan about the Anchor Room, which is this new concept, or a concept that we had not heard of before at Peebly Elementary in Jefferson County.
So there's a special space in Peebly Elementary, a classroom, where a disruptive student is removed from their normal classroom and taken to this Anchor Room. Kind of a calming environment where there's one teacher. They can work one-on-one on certain assignments that they were trying to do in class. And whatever the disruption is, maybe they're whatever it could be, they're taken to this room. And a teacher can interact with them on a one-on-one level and say, hey, what's going on? I can help you. And then when everything's calmed down, they go back to class.
It's an interesting concept. And I would say it sounds like it would have better results than just suspending a kid and removing him from everything altogether.
It's more proactive too, because it's at younger ages, right? It's this elementary school up through 5th grade, and not all disruptions are equal or motivated by the same reasons, because at that age, especially 2nd grade, 3rd grade, you are a kid. You have a lot of energy. Maybe you haven't really worked on self-control or self-discipline or learning to be quiet when other people are talking. Maybe that's something you still need to work on. So you're not trying to be disruptive. It's more of a lack of awareness that you are being disruptive, versus maybe a kid is acting out because things are going on at home or in their life. And so they're like kind of being a troublemaker. And it's important for teachers to talk through things, get to know the child, build that relationship so that you can really help potentially even change the trajectory of their school life.
Former Blues defenseman and president of the board of directors for Blues alumni, Bruce Affleck, joined the show for the Puck Cancer event, which is coming up in the first week of April. And he discussed the amount of people that are going to be in attendance.
But then you've got some celebrities like Dirk Bentley.
Wow.
And he's playing. And Garth Brooks is going to be there. He doesn't play, but he's going to coach.
Oh my gosh.
So we're excited about that. And Joel Quenneville will be behind the bench with Brett Hull. And then Sean Payton, head coach of the Denver Broncos, and Garth Brooks will be behind the other bench.
Really cool event. All the money will be going to Siteman Cancer Center. And really, as Bruce Affleck mentioned, a lot of this is happening because of what Kelly Chase is going through in his battle to fight cancer, his battle at Siteman Cancer Center, all the incredible work that they do. So it goes to the Jimmy V Foundation for Siteman Cancer Center, and there will be great NHL alumni and Hall of Famers like Eddie Belfour, Chris Chelios, Adam Graves, just Pierre Turgeon. Really cool event. You can get tickets at Ticketmaster, also at the CentineCommunityIceCenter.com. $50 for general admission, $500 if you're looking to make that donation, $500 for VIP tickets, plus a unique online auction and auction as well at the event.
We also visited with sports director here, Tom Ackerman from Jupiter, Florida, giving us an update on the Cardinals' #1 starter.
I feel okay about this team. I'd love to see some health improve. Sonny Gray is going to throw tomorrow. He's the key to the season. He's the ace of the staff. I talked to John Mozeliak about it this morning, and he said that they haven't made the determination yet whether they're going to start him on the IL, but they said that's probably where the headwinds are taking us.
So there it is. Cardinals season will get started a week from tomorrow. The baseball season is already underway, technically. The Dodgers and Padres played a game that does count for the regular season in South Korea early this morning. It started a little after 5 o'clock our time. It will start tomorrow. Their 2-game series. Game 2 is also a little after 5 o'clock tomorrow. So Baseball's underway. Then they come back, play a couple of exhibition games, and then everybody plays on March 28th. Everybody starts a week from tomorrow. So the baseball season is rapidly approaching.
Yeah. I am ready for it. Pretty excited. I'm cautiously optimistic.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Cardinals baseball, look,
Oh.
no matter what's going on with them, it's always a great vibe. Listening to a ball game on the radio on KMOX or on the Odyssey app, it's a great, by the way, it sounds awesome. If you have the Odyssey app, AUDACY, you can listen to Cardinals baseball, our show. You can listen to the station live. It's great, right? It sounds so good because it's right there on your phone. It's wonderful.
Hey, I think, remember on your birthday when we talked to your buddies at the school?
They are, yes.
And I think we should, before the Cubs series, I think we should give
so
those
too.
guys a call. Show them what's up,
We should tell them about our Field of 6440 tournament that we're doing.
Oh, they won't get it.
It's going to be great. We will continue unveiling the Field of 6440 as the show goes on. We have Mark Hertling coming up. Yep. General Mark Hertling at the bottom of the hour will join us. The hearings on Afghanistan starting yesterday, talking to generals, finding out what happened in the Afghanistan withdrawal. So we will talk to Mark Hertling. We'll get his thoughts on all of that. We'll continue with the brackets. A lot coming up before Amy and I say goodbye. And Kenny Chesney tickets to give away. We're going to do that again today, right here on KMOX.
Well, it is the beginning of Major League Baseball season. Cardinals baseball will be in days. And here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to be sitting in your seat at Busch Stadium squinting because you can't see what's going on in the outfield, or you're trying to look at the number of the guy in the outfield or on the scoreboard and you realize maybe your vision isn't quite as sharp as it should be. That's why you need to see the doctors of Ophthalmology Associates before the season starts, or at least get in as soon as you can. You know them as doctors Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, Andy Royer, and Samuel Berry. Give them a call at 314-966-5000, 314-966-5000. You can also go to youreyedoctor.com. When was the last time you met with an eye doctor who checked your vision with the latest tools and techniques to make sure that you have the right eyeglasses, that you have the right contact prescription? I mean, think of whether you're getting headaches, you're squinting, whatever it may be. It could be something very simple to reduce your eye strain, or it could be something more. Call the Ophthalmology Associates. Get that appointment now. 314-966-5000, youreyedoctor.com.
Local news and information direct to your smart speaker. Just say, play KMOX.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Vira Capital Management for Your Retirement Highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, registered investment advisors. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hi, I'm Mark Cuban, entrepreneur, businessman, and TV fan. People always come to me for investment advice. So here's a quick tip for you. Stop overpaying for cable and switch to Philo. What's Philo? It's the best way to watch more than 70 of your favorite channels and save big on your monthly bills. You can stream top channels like AMC, A&E, Discovery, Live, and On Demand. Philo's also got a library with thousands of hours of movies and shows just waiting for you. Plus, an unlimited DVR that lets you save all your favorites and rewatch them for up to 1 year. All of this for just $25 a month. You don't need me to tell you that this is a deal you need to make. Philo, now and forever.
Head on over to philo.tv. That's PHILO.tv. And start your 7-day free trial now.
Let's talk garage doors. Your garage door. Is it too loud or letting cold or hot air in around the frame? Overhead Door Company of St. Louis will make it all better. In March only, they will perform their full 26-task garage door tune-up for just $79 and just in March. That's just $79 for up to 3 garage doors and openers. You need this done once a year, so why not now? And for just $79. Schedule now at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
You wouldn't trust a butcher to babysit your pet pig. You wouldn't trust a lumberjack to repair your antiques. Or a professional wrestler to be your massage therapist. So why would you trust anyone but AMCO to fix your car? For over 50 years, we've been the trusted experts in transmission repair.
AMCO offers easy payment plan options for most any credit situation, so you can fix it fast and pay it off slow at AMCO.
AAMCO.
It's a mystery where Old Spice finds its amazing scents like Himalayan sea salt, but I'm thrilled they have because no other body wash exfoliates and moisturizes 24/7 like Old Spice Gentleman's Himalayan sea salt body wash. Now, if only there was a mountain range separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau where I could hide my Old Spice and keep my family from stealing it, my impossibly smooth skin will finally be safe.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment, and Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Conversations that hit close to home, from schools to your pocketbook. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Going to get back to our tournament brackets that we are revealing, the Field of 64-40 tournament. We're unveiling today what the matchups are. We think it's a good bracket for the most part. There are going to be some upset people, though. More of that coming up. Still have the Kenny Chesney tickets to give away. That will happen shortly. We will give you an opportunity to win. So this is coming out of St. Lucie, Florida. This is the Sheriff in St. Lucie. I'm going to have to describe it to you. You can hear it. I'm going to play this for you. But just to describe the scene, there is an arrestee who is being arrested in the background, kind of the immediate background, by the sheriff's department. Meanwhile, you have the sheriff standing in the foreground addressing a camera, a phone camera, while this arrest is happening. And this is what you hear.
I'm St. Lucie County Sheriff Keith Pearson. Earlier today, Elijah thought he's going to drive through St. Lucie County in a stolen vehicle and get into a car crash, working closely with the Florida Highway Patrol, not only on the sea, but on land. Elijah's now in custody. Our message is this to criminals: not in St. Lucie.
Yeah, and there was someone commenting in the background that you could kind of hear. That was the guy being arrested.
Yeah.
Looking at the camera or the phone.
He's right there. He's a couple of
right
feet
there,
behind.
and he's looking and he's making comments. So my question would be, for a lawyer, is this a violation of civil liberties or privacy? Because yes, you're being arrested, but you still have rights as an American citizen, even when you're being arrested. And being arrested is not the same as being charged, which is not the same as being convicted. And I would think, I don't know, that there's some kind of privacy issue here. Now, I know arrests are made and the name can be revealed. I'm just, something strikes me as
It's very
potentially
weird.
being off.
Yeah, it's totally weird. And I don't think it's going to have the effect they think it is. It probably makes them feel good about themselves in the moment to do this. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people who see that and go, yeah, that's how you should do it to these criminals. But if you think this is actually going to deter people from stealing cars or from whatever else, it's not.
Is that
It's
their
not.
reasoning, that it's deterrence? A further level of deterrence because it's adding public shame?
Well, yeah, you're adding public shame to the mix, and you're telling people, if you do this, you're going to get caught. Okay, that's fine. I just don't think they don't already know that.
I feel like you could deliver that same message and it would have the same impact if you didn't have the guy actually being arrested in the background. Like if you were a cop standing in front of your car saying, listen, we know you're speeding. We know you're doing drugs or stealing, whatever it may be. We're going to arrest you. We're out here. I feel like that enough, making the presence known versus showing the actual arrest.
It just feels to me like an old person figuring out social media and trying to think of what they could do with it. I don't know. And this person isn't old. He's
No.
he's not an old guy. It's just it came across to me as very strange. And whatever the goal is, which I do think they believe it's added deterrence, I'm telling you it's not. There is not a person in the world who is thinking about stealing a car, but then says, uh-oh, I better not do this because the sheriff might shame me on social media.
Right.
They're not going to not steal a car because of that.
Because we do know that
I think it's just red meat for people.
a noted police presence, an observable police presence is a deterrent. It's why the auto theft task force in St. Charles County and then being implemented in parts of St. Louis County was so successful, because it's getting the word out there. Hey, all police officers are on guard. We're looking around. We're looking for you. If you are breaking into cars and stealing cars, we will find you. You will be arrested. You'll be prosecuted for your crimes. That alone, that police presence, we know statistically helps deter crime. I don't know that sending the message of public shaming, like you said, how many criminals are going, man, not only are we going to get arrested, but everybody's going to see our face on
they probably-
Instagram.
honestly,
they might like it.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
I don't
you're
know.
right.
I don't know. Look, if you're arrested, your name is public record. You can go to a police station and say, hey, I need the police reports for the last however many hours.
Mhm.
And you can thumb through all of them and see what happened. And if this person, his name is Elijah Norton, he's 18 years old. And if he's an adult, it'll appear there. And you can go, oh, well, there's a person who was arrested for doing whatever. So it's not like it's secret. That part isn't private. You are not owed privacy there. I'm just wondering, and this is a little different than body cam footage.
Mhm.
This is
It
not the
is.
same
No.
thing as, you're recording incidentally the interaction that you've had with another person. This is getting the phone out and very intentionally recording this, whatever you think it is, a PSA or whatever you want to call it, to put on Instagram. It's just, there's something about it that's really odd.
Yeah, and honestly, I just saw this when you told me about it, and the more I think about it, the more I also don't like it. One, because you can either encourage showboating, putting on some type of performance that will not only endanger the lives of the police officers or people around them. If you're trying to put on some type of performance or show that you're defiant or cool or don't care, whatever it may be, if you're going to be in front of a camera, you're going to act differently. Or two, it could be that maybe this person who's being arrested doesn't want the Instagram video. Maybe they lash out. Maybe they're cussing. Maybe they're acting more unruly because they want to make it unusable. You don't know what the motivations are, but I do feel like purposefully filming what seems to be a PSA while a person is being arrested is asking for more trouble than less.
And the texter here brings up what is maybe the very foundation of the issue. It says, if it happens in public, you have no reasonable expectation of privacy. The Supreme Court has upheld the right to film law enforcement from a reasonable, safe distance. Where this person went wrong is in stating that he is in fact guilty of the crime for which they suspect him of, which they kind of did that. They said this guy, he stole the car or whatever it is he did, but he has not had a trial and he's not actually been found guilty. I just thought it was an odd thing for a sheriff to do.
It is.
That's Amy Marks Coors. I'm Chris Ranji. General Mark Hertling, St. Louisan, joining us next on KMOX.
Weeknights at 6. It's the Gray Bar Sports Open Line.
Do welcome you in right here on KMOX. My name is Matt Pauley.
Matt Pauley has everything sports, from what's happening with your Cardinals,
A lot of Cardinals baseball stuff. A lot to get into.
to the sports news of the day,
Let's talk a little St. Louis Blues hockey.
interviews and special guests. It's all waiting for you with Matt Pauley.
It's all coming up.
The Gray Bar Sports Open Line. Weeknights at 6 on KMOX.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's time again to run away and join the circus, the Moolah Shrine Circus. 3 rings of fun and excitement, a St. Louis tradition since 1942. Come out and experience all the sights, sounds, and excitement the circus has to offer. You'll be amazed at the gravity-defying trapeze artists as they fly through the air with their aerial ballet. And you might find yourself holding your breath when you see the Wheel of Death. Get your face painted, ride the ponies and camels, and try your hand at our all-new carnival games for just $1. Of course, the hilarious Moolah Clowns will be on hand, jumping and tumbling under the big top. It's all part of the fun and excitement of the all-new Moolah Shrine Circus presented by CarShield at the St. Charles Family Arena March 21st through 24th. And remember, you can bring the whole family because kids under 12 are free with a coupon at moolah.org.
At 12:30 right now, we've got some sun and 57 degrees downtown at the Arch. A federal appeals court has again prevented Texas from arresting and deporting migrants accused of entering the U.S. illegally. The panel from the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled hours after the law briefly took effect last night. It divided U.S. Supreme Court had let the state law take effect while the legal challenge plays out. Mourners held funeral prayers this morning outside a hospital in central Gaza for 28 people killed in 3 separate Israeli airstrikes on urban refugee camps. As fighting rages on in Gaza, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he's determined to carry out a Rafah ground offensive despite President Joe Biden's misgivings. A 15-year-old is being charged with murder in the second degree for stabbing a 14-year-old to death in Jennings. School resource officers found the victim, Justin Brooks, just after 3 in the afternoon on Horde Avenue, March 12th. Police have not released a motive, but said this was not random. 6440 East, the exit at Boone's Crossing is closed because of a stalled vehicle. Cooler today, high 55, low tonight 32. Right now, downtown at the Arch, some sun, 57. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Now, a Cardinals spring training report. Sponsored by Wilkie Window and Door, Norm's Bargain Barn, and St. Louis Composting. On your home of the St. Louis Cardinals, KMOX.
I'm Tom Ackerman with the Cardinals in Jupiter, Florida. They have a night game. 5:05 is first pitch, 4:55 for the pregame in West Palm Beach, Florida tonight. The Cardinals and the Washington Nationals. Here's the lineup. The Cardinals will send out Victor Scott is going to lead off and play center field. Dylan Carlson is in right field batting second. Matt Carpenter, the DH, bats third. Wilson Contreras will be the cleanup hitter tonight. He is the catcher. Alec Burleson in left field batting fifth. Thomas Sajaci will play third base and bat sixth. Alfonso Rivas at first base will bat seventh. Jose Fermin at shortstop batting eighth. And batting ninth and playing second base is Cesar Prieto with Steven Matz on the hill tonight in West Palm Beach. The Cardinals and the Washington Nationals. The Redbirds are getting ready to head over there in just a little bit. Here in Jupiter, Florida, we will continue coverage of spring training just days away. The opening day in Los Angeles is 1 week from tomorrow. I'm Tom Ackerman, KMOX Sports.
Medicaid keeps me covered.
It keeps me covered.
It keeps me covered too.
Illinois is mailing annual Medicaid renewals, which means that you need to make sure you stay covered.
Staying covered with Medicaid means keeping yourself safe.
Keeping your loved ones and your family safe.
Everyone's due date is different.
So go to abe.illinois.gov to check your renewal date and update your address.
And stay covered.
When selling your home, you want the most money and the least hassle. That's exactly what you get when you work with trusted realtor Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. This is Debbie Monterey, and selling your home is one of the biggest financial decisions you will ever make. And that's why having an expert on your side is crucial. Other agents know that some sellers will choose the agent that tells them the highest price they can get for their home, and that can be a dangerous strategy. Most of the time, it ends up being empty promises. Gloria Liu doesn't make empty promises. She makes guarantees in writing. Gloria Liu will guarantee to sell your home at your agreed to price and time frame, or she'll buy it. Guaranteed in writing. So pick up the phone and call Gloria Liu, 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or online at gloriahasthebuyers.com. Conditions apply. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date. Gloria Liu, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty.
Broadcasting from the Underlying Three Lawyers, GetJim.com studios.
KMOX.
It is getting close to decision time for the Cardinals and their roster. This is Tom Ackerman in Jupiter, Florida. Listen for my spring training reports, as only we can bring them to you from the TR Hughes broadcast location in Jupiter on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Chris Ranji, Amy Mark Scores with you on a Wednesday. Well, August of 2021 saw a really horrifying images from the withdrawal from Afghanistan. And earlier this week, two senior generals, General Mark Milley and retired General Kenneth McKenzie, testified in front of the House Foreign Affairs Committee about that withdrawal and used strong terms condemning the State Department for not sooner ordering a non-combatant evacuation operation. And to give us more insight into those hearings, what the generals were referring to, and also his own thoughts on the issue, is the former commanding general of the U.S. Army Europe, St. Louisan, and CNN military analyst, General Mark Hertling. General Hertling, thank you so much for your time today.
Hey, it's great to be back with you again, Amy, you and Chris. So let's talk about this really important subject that occurred yesterday.
So based on what you heard yesterday, what are your overall takeaway from the hearing?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, I think, I know General Mark Milley very well, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs. I know in passing General Frank McKenzie, who was the head of Central Command. And it was interesting. I was interested in watching the testimony because this was the first time both of them would appear as civilians. When you're basically testifying in Congress for any event within your chain of command or your direct responsibility, you have to really understand that these generals are part of an administration, that they do the bidding of the commander in chief. And it's really tough to give, pure and unadulterated information when you're concerned about your boss and what your boss thinks. Well, this one yesterday was the first time both of those individuals are in the retired ranks. So there were a lot of people thinking they could speak more freely. And as I listened to them during the testimony, what I was impressed by is both of them were basically saying the same kinds of things that they said when they were testifying in uniform several years ago. So there was no surprises, truthfully, Chris and Amy, to me. There was an attempt to portray the disconnects between departments of the United States administration, in this case, the State Department and the Department of Defense, in terms of how they do business and what their cultures are like and how they perform under different circumstances. So I think both of them were very open and transparent in terms of describing what happened during this withdrawal from Afghanistan, a tough situation from the very beginning. But they also gave a whole lot of context that didn't just address the events of the end of August of 2020, but really, 2021, but also what led up to that and the different factors that played a significant part.
Yeah, and I want to hear both what they said and also your opinion, your thoughts when you saw the images in Afghanistan of people clamoring to get to a plane, people being lifted off the roof after President Biden rather famously said, this isn't Saigon. Kabul isn't Saigon. You're not going to see people being lifted off the roof of an embassy. And we did see that exact type of chaos. From your perspective and in your career, what were you thinking when you saw those images in 2021?
Yeah, well, I'll start off by saying, Amy, that I actually, as commander of U.S. Army Europe, and I can't give the details because it didn't happen, but I was put on the alert and given orders to prepare to conduct a non-combatant evacuation operation in a nation within the European footprint. And I'm not going to give you any hints, but there are 49 different countries in Europe, and there was one during my time in command that was having a lot of problems. And we thought we would have to conduct a NEO, or a non-combatant evacuation operation, from that country. What that consists of really is, first of all, getting forces in that can defend the State Department officials in the embassy and all the consular actions, but then starting to withdraw American personnel who are in that country who want to leave. And as a commander, when you're executing those orders and you're given a be prepared mission, you have to start ramping things up and setting up what the military calls triggers for action. You know, what thing do you do when? And because you're not alone in this, it's not just a military action. And in fact, the military is always in support of the State Department for any kind of non-combatant evacuation, because you're dealing with not only embassy officials, but also American citizens. You have to really go by their timeline. So having said that, and that's kind of what Frank McKenzie said yesterday during the testimony, when he said, hey, the timing was terrible. We were ready to go. And truthfully, it was delayed by the decision-making in the State Department that wanted to keep their embassy in place and intact. Now, having played a couple of months in a preparation for a NEO, I think I have a better understanding than most of what General McKenzie was going through. Because when you're the military force, you're trying to make things happen very quickly. You have a timeline. The military is a planning organization, and we put together synchronization matrices and annexes to plans, and we do things. Well, when you're a State Department ambassador, you really are dealing with the foreign government, and there are things that are happening that create pauses and maybe areas of concern, and the ability to want to continue to support the government in place, in this case, Afghanistan. So I can understand why the ambassador was hesitant to make the call and pull the trigger on getting rid of the embassy officials and pulling all the State Departments out of there. But at the same time, as General Milley said in his testimony, he used the phrase, "we blinded ourselves." And I think what he was talking about there is, when you start a withdrawal of forces in a very succinct plan to get forces, military forces, out of a country, you have to take into account the intelligence that's driving what's going on with the ambassador and with the diplomacy involved. And that didn't happen. And it was partly because the military, when they're told to withdraw forces, they start doing it. They have a plan, and you have aircraft and you have equipment that you have to move or destroy. All of that started to happen. And when that occurs, you lose your capability of gathering intelligence on the enemy. And in this case, that was the Taliban. So from when one administration, the Trump administration, made the decision at Doha to reduce the troop presence by April of 2021, right after Mr. Trump left the presidency, what they basically did was hand the next administration a series of problems. And the problems consisted of, what was going on? How were we gathering intelligence? Were the special immigration visas completed? Were the people, the American citizens, notified and told to leave the country? Were the American citizens who maybe were married to an Afghan citizen and had Afghan children who only had one passport, were they being taken care of? So when it all came down to a rush, when the next administration, the Biden administration, said, we're going to extend the withdrawal because we just don't have enough time to prepare for it, we were given a date of I think it was the 15th of April by the Trump administration. President Biden took over in January, and there was no way they could get the forces and the people out by then. So he extended that date until August. I think it was initially end of July, and then it went to the end of August. And even with that extension of several months, it was still very difficult to do all the things you need to do to execute a NEO operation. Now, I'm going to say one more thing, and I'm going to pause because I realize I'm taking up. You want to ask some more questions. But when I watched the NEO taking place at the end of August of 21, Amy and Chris, I thought it was masterfully done, truthfully. When you can get that many aircraft and get that many people to one airport, 120,000, process them through the State Department, guard them by the military, when the country was basically falling into the hands of the government, and the president of the country, President Ghani, departs and basically flees with all of his cabinet, and it's in crisis situations, in extremis, when you still can get 120,000 people out of that country. Truthfully, from my view as a military guy, having planned and executed or almost executed a NEO, that is miraculous. So it wasn't good enough, and certainly the scenes from those days in August of Afghan citizens trying to climb on C-17s and hide in wheel wells and things like that of aircraft that were departing seem horrific. But I think the other part of that is 120,000 people got out, and that's just unbelievable.
Would you say then, because people are watching that, and the first thing they'll think is, well, that looks terrible, that was a complete and total disaster. If that's what you hear them say, would you push back against that? Do you think that it wasn't a disaster?
Yeah, I would push back against them, Chris, and I have. In fact, I was on CNN doing analysis during this event, and when everyone was saying it was a disaster, I think I was one of the few that said, not so fast. This is a pretty good action by the military and the State Department. But that seems to the uninitiated as counterintuitive when you see a suicide bomber explode and kill the number of people he killed, to include 13 American service members, and you see the chaos on the airfield, an airfield that basically is in the middle of enemy territory. It's hard to counter what a lot of the uninitiated would say about the disaster that it was. Make no mistake, it was not perfectly planned. I'm not saying that. And it was not perfectly executed. There were still some problems. And that's what General McKenzie and General Milley said yesterday, or when they testified. But there were actually some bright spots in this. One of the lessons learned is, and this occurs in any organization, not just the government, when you're working, trying to synchronize some kind of event or an operation between two different organizations that have distinctly different cultures, like the State Department and the U.S. military, you're going to have challenges. So you really have to understand, you've got to get into your counterpart's head and try and figure out a way to get to yes in all decision making. You know, I'm a graduate of the National War College, and after a year of study of that place in terms of strategy and execution of operations, you know, we had a professor at the end who gave us the 4 tips that we had to remember throughout our career. And one of the tips was personalities matter, both your enemies and your friends. And you have to consider that. Well, when you've got General Frank McKenzie, who's the CENTCOM Central Command commander, dealing with the ambassador, and they're not seeing eye to eye on some things, you really have to come together and put away egos and hubris and really make the right things happen.
Yeah, and I is it fair to say though that with it wasn't a disaster when you look at the situation? Like, they did a pretty good job with the situation that they had at that moment, but perhaps it was a larger multi-administration failure when it came to, as you mentioned, all the special immigrant visas and the Afghans who are our allies and helped us. And I feel like we abandoned them when we pulled out so quickly and they're still there.
Well, that's what most Americans will say too, Amy. And I think, as General Milley pointed out, yes, it is a multi-administration problem. And it's not just the Biden-Trump handover, it's also what happened in the Obama administration and in the Bush administration with Afghanistan, in terms of the changing of mission sets that were given to the military, in terms of the replacement of commanders and ambassadors on the scene. I mean, when you look back over the 20 years that we were in Afghanistan, or nearly 20 years, and count the number of overall commanders as well as ambassadors that were appointed to the country, I think it would surprise you how many we had. So every time you make that shift in terms of leadership, you have some more problems about. One of the other things that you have to consider that I don't think most Americans understand is that of the force element within Afghanistan throughout most of the conflict, and especially at the end, it wasn't just Americans. Americans contributed about 2/3 of the total force in Afghanistan. The other third came from allies, 35 different allied partners, most of them from Europe. And when the Doha Agreement was signed, so you bring more personalities into this, you have Secretary Pompeo, the Secretary of State, signing an agreement with the Taliban when the Afghan government wasn't present to know what was going on. And the elements from NATO, the countries from NATO that were supporting ISAF, were also not informed by the Trump administration of what was going on. That brings some more problem sets to this withdrawal. When the Biden administration painted a date, they also had a problem in terms of withdrawal date, because they came up with this factor of, hey, we can't withdraw in April, we're going to push it till August. And truthfully, most of the NATO countries that were supplying forces did not know about that either. So we're talking about a series of mistakes by multiple administrations in a very complex scenario and situation where, as another lesson I learned from the War College, the enemy always gets a vote, and the Taliban did get a vote on this. And you also contribute the fact that, or you add the fact that the president of this country that we were trying to help basically takes off. So there's no leadership within the country, Afghanistan, that the Afghan soldiers can look at and say, hey, even though the Americans and the NATO forces are leaving, we're going to fight on and fight these Taliban guys. As soon as the leader took off, and like Ghani did, the morale of the military of the Afghan forces just crumbles. Compare that, as I think General Milley did in his testimony, to what's going on in Ukraine today, where President Zelensky, famously said, I don't need a ride, I need bullets, or words to that effect at the beginning of this conflict. And he stayed. And because of that, the morale of the Ukrainian forces and the Ukrainian citizens are fully behind him in his continued fight against the Russians.
General Mark Hertling, it is always great talking to you. Thanks for giving us time today.
Thanks, Chris and Amy. Have a great day.
Retired Lieutenant General Mark Hertling, St. Louis, and with us here on KMOX. It is time to give away those tickets, so let's do it right now. Kenny Chesney at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, June 13th. We're looking for caller number 5 to the contest line, 314-955-1120. Chris and Amy on KMOX.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
As an educator, Mr. Nelson's teachings are still being quoted in schools.
Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world.
Mr. Nelson taught hope.
Everyone can rise above their circumstances if they are dedicated and passionate.
And giving our best efforts.
It's always impossible until it's done.
Mr. Nelson Mandela's teachings not only united a nation, they inspire us today. Inspiration. Pass it on from passiton.com.
Saturdays are made for soccer.
Parker elevated now ahead! And it's in! City lead!
Catch St. Louis City SC soccer anywhere you go on the Odyssey app.
Oh, Roman Berkey! A huge save! Oh, Roman Berkey!
Saturdays are made for soccer. Brought to you by Together Credit Union. Together Credit Union, the exclusive banking partner of City SC and Academy of the Sacred Heart. Independent Sacred Heart education since 1818.
Genesis of St. Charles wants you in a new Genesis. Just for owning a Nissan, Hyundai, or a Highline vehicle, you could get up to $2,000 in incentives on a GV70 or a GV80. You don't even have to trade that vehicle in. If you're military or first responder, they can add on to that incentive. So check out Genesis of stcharles.com for a full listing of qualifying vehicles. Genesis of St. Charles, just days away from opening their brand new showroom. There are so many ways to get behind the vehicle of your dreams at genesisofstcharles.com.
Warmer spring weather is right around the corner, and now is the time to plan your home's exterior renovation project. Banner Construction is booking now for homeowners to be first in line for beautiful James Hardie siding and pillow replacement windows. Beat the price increases and plan your project now. Visit bannerconstruction.com or call 314-569-1050 and get a free in-home design and estimate. 314-569-1050 and have a banner day.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. Come see our waterfront in Wild Horse Village in the new downtown Chesterfield. You have to see it to believe it, and then you will understand why it is the fastest selling luxury community in all of St. Louis. Our unique modern designs are like nothing St. Louis has seen. Only a handful of home sites remain. Experience the ultimate lifestyle at the waterfront. Visit McKelveyHomes.com today. Hurry before you miss this opportunity.
Spring cleaning is upon us, but there's one meaningful box that you don't throw away when cleaning out your closet. It's the box filled with your family's important videotapes, film reels, and photos. Hi, I'm Adam Baselogger.
And I'm Nick Mako. We started Legacy Box over a decade ago to help families organize and update their analog media to digital.
Legacy Box is simple and easy. It works and is safe. Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box.
And Legacy Box has been featured in Good Housekeeping, The Today Show, and Rachel Ray.
Legacy Box is like magic, converting your shoebox of memories to the cloud or thumb drive, ready to watch and share.
Declutter your closet by digitizing your media. Become more organized and accomplished, knowing your family's recorded past is safe forever. Take advantage of our spring cleaning sale going on now. It's the easiest task to check off your to-do list.
For a limited time, you can get started for just $9 a tape. Visit legacybox.com/value to get our $9 sale. That's legacybox.com/value to get our $9 offer. legacybox.com/value.
Heard the catchphrase that's sweeping the nation?
Jackson Hugh, yeah.
People are saying Jackson Hugh, yeah, to Jackson Hewitt because they love saving money on tax prep. Do you love saving money? Then switch to Jackson Hewitt today and pay less than last year. Thousands of people have already made the switch. Why haven't you? Stop waiting and start filing. You won't get a better deal or a better catchphrase. All together now.
Jackson Hugh, yeah!
Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
It's time to roll. After 5 straight sellout crowds to end last season, Mizzou football is ready to rock again in 2024. Don't miss epic matchups as Auburn, Oklahoma, and Arkansas return to Faurot Field. Lock in your tickets now and join the electric atmosphere with 62,000 of your closest Tiger friends. Call 1-800-CAT-PAWS or visit mutigers.com/tickets to secure yours today. Welcome to the jungle, MIZ.
St. Louis, this is your show.
The show.
It's the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
Congratulations to Greg in St. Charles. Going to go see Kenny Chesney at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater in June. Guess what? We got tickets to give away for that show tomorrow and Friday as well. We've got more on the Field of 64-40 tournament. We'll talk about it with you tomorrow. The bracket should be up on the website at some point, so be looking for it at KMOX.com. It's Chris and Amy back with you at 10 tomorrow here on the Voice of St. Louis.
Okay, so you filed your taxes this year, but you know you have past IRS issues. And now the IRS letters are coming. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance